off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. Our no plan. Find your
Athletes know how important it is to stay hydrated. But did you know there are other ways to hydrate besides just drinking water? In fact, milk is a great hydration option because it actually contains water, as well as electrolytes that are lost when your body sweats. So consider taking milk along with you to your next game or competition and enjoy the taste of greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
We're Valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
You train, you sweat, you practice, you go for the gold, you give 110%, but most of all, you aim for greatness. And milk is the performance enhancer that can help get you to your goal. Trusted by athletes and backed by science, there's a healthy helping of greatness in every refreshing glass of milk. So let nature's original sports drink help quench your thirst for greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Good evening and welcome into this IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of the 2021 Idaho State Football Championships. Championship coverage on IdahoSports.com is brought to you by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valley-wide co-op and country stores, and Project Filter. Stop smoking, start living. A little Thursday night football coming at you from Holt Arena on the campus of Idaho State University in Pocatello. The first of 6 championship bouts this weekend in the state of Idaho, and potentially one of the best. Bat and leadoff tonight. It is the 1A D1 championship. The Oakley Hornets coming in with just one loss on the season, a 10-1 record, up against the Raft River Trojans. They are 9-0. Hi, everybody inside the broadcast booth. Brandon Bainey alongside Paul Kingsbury. This is the game everybody wanted to see. This is the 5th time these two teams have met in the past 2 seasons, one of which was last year's championship, which Oakley won convincingly. But Raft River won the game this year, 22-16, and they'd like to do it again.
They would very much like to do it again. It was a hard-fought season, and they're in one of the toughest conferences in the state of Idaho. It's just going to get tougher next year as we get into it. So let's go ahead and break for the national anthem as they unfurl the flag, and we'll come back and talk about our keys to victory.
Sounds like a plan. We'll be back in just a moment here on IdahoSports.com.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
I'm Dr. Christine Hahn. I'm an infectious disease doctor, and I'm Idaho's medical director for public health. It's my mission to keep our communities healthy and safe. That's why I believe every Idahoan should get their COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine's been tested. It's proving to be very safe, and it's the most effective tool we have to stop the spread.
Walk into a pharmacy or visit covidvaccine.idaho.gov to find your free COVID-19 vaccine.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome back inside Holt Arena. Brandon Baney alongside Paul Kingsbury as they roll the flag back up here at Holt Arena on the campus of Idaho State University in Pocatello. It's a long process. It takes a long time for the flag to come down. It seems like it takes twice as long for it to roll back up.
Yeah.
I was asking George Casper, basically the coordinator of everything here at Holt Arena. I said, hey, I know Holt Arena is undergoing some renovations. Is there a chance we can get a little more horsepower on the mechanism that lowers the flag? He goes, oh, no, we can't change that. It's part of the great tradition here at Holt Arena.
They just punch you in the face.
All right, so Oakley, Raft River, conference rivals, meeting for the second time this year in the 1A D1 state championship game. Brandon Baney with Paul Kingsbury, the first of 6 championship broadcasts this weekend on IdahoSports.com. Oakley comes in 10-1, Raft River 9-0. All right, Paul, let's take a look at tonight's keys to victory. Let's start with Oakley. They will be the visitors up on the scoreboard tonight, the number 2 overall seed in this 1A D1 postseason. Boom, look at that. Keys to victory for the Oakley Hornets tonight. Number 1, start fast. Yeah. They did not start fast in that regular season finale against Raft River. Again, they lost 22-16. In fact, they fell behind 22-0.
Right.
A mad rally in the second half almost came to fruition, but if they fall behind 22-0 tonight, I'm not sure they can make that up.
Now, falling back that far and coming back's great for when they make a movie about the game, but in real life, you don't want to do that. You want to come out, start fast, establish yourself, and put yourself in a comfortable lead. This is the last game of the season, the last game forever for a lot of these kids, and you want to go full out 110% from the opening whistle to the closing whistle.
Number 2 key to victory for Oakley tonight, protect the quarterback. Last week, Peyton Beck threw for over 300 yards, and that was because he had all day and half the night to throw. He had a clean pocket against Butte County. When they played Raft River the first time, he did not have a clean pocket. He was on the run a lot and never got comfortable, so the offensive line has to protect Peyton Beck tonight.
Yep, and that's kind of just an obvious thing. If you have a high output quarterback, you've got to have those horses up front to protect him. If you don't, forget about it.
Key number 3 for Oakley tonight, avoid penalties. Penalties were a big problem for the Hornets in that loss to Raft River 22-16 in the regular season finale. In fact, Oakley was driving in the fourth quarter for what would have been potentially the game-tying touchdown. They had it around the Raft River 25-yard line, but a penalty brought it all the way back to the 50. They had a fourth and basically 25. Peyton Beck had to drop back to pass, didn't even have time because by the time the receivers got to the first down marker, he got sacked.
He did, and in this game in particular, folks, there's a 7-man officiating crew. This is 8-man football. You have almost as many officials on the field as you do on one side of the football. Now, what this does is, and I've seen in the 11-man game this during the postseason where they had 7-man crew versus 5 at Gooding, and there were a lot more penalties. I talked to Coach Anderson afterwards, and he said, I knew this was going to happen. You get a 7-man crew, they're going to see a lot more, right? Well, this is 8-man football. You got 6 fewer kids on the field. I'm worried that tonight's going to be, because it's, every little motion, every little particular thing gets caught.
Yes.
So be careful. Those penalties could add up.
Those are the Oakley keys to victory. Let's take a look now at the Raft River keys to victory. Number 1, control the line. That's what they did when they beat Oakley a month ago. Their offensive and defensive lines are so strong and stout. That's going to be a key again for Raft River. The second key is cash in on every drive. Because both of these teams play such great defense, every there's not going to be 10 possessions for each side. It's going to be a finite number, so you have to cash in on every opportunity. And the number 3 key for Raft River tonight, don't lose sight of Dace Jones. On offense, he can take a 5-yard route into a 50-yard touchdown because he's physical and fast. And on defense, nobody hits harder than Dace Jones. You have to know where he's at all times because he's like a heat-seeking missile out there.
I was just going to say, in the 8-man prepcast this week, you called him a missile. And you're exactly right. You likened him, if the ball goes and he's on the left-hand side, by the time he's tackled down the sideline, you can bet Dace Jones was involved in it or he's right there on top of it. He's fast, he's quick, and he's smart.
So these teams are about as even as it comes, as those were our keys to victory for both Raft River and Oakley. Let's go ahead and talk about these two teams and how even they are. Oakley averages 55.5 points per game. Raft River averages 49.3. Oakley allows 12.1 points per game. Raft River allows 12.8. So, even Steven across the board. Oakley's got a great wide receiver in Dace Jones. Raft River says, yeah, we got one of those too. It's Tegan Whitaker.
Yeah.
They've got a secondary receiver in Bridger Duncan. Well, Raft River does too, Seth Tracy. We've got a great 1-2 combo in the backfield, Oakley does, with Bryce Sevier and Ethan Torabau. Well, Raft River, hey, we've got Thane Lockmiller and Alex Murillo. We've got a great quarterback in Peyton Beck, says Oakley. Yes, so do we. Tate Whitaker for Raft River. The toy box is full for both of these head coaches. Chad Evans for Raft River, Brennan Jones for Oakley.
Those are two great head coaches. And you're right, they're coming into this game with full toy boxes. And that means if one doesn't, one toy's not working, you know what? You just move a piece around and you put another toy in. And a lot of these players can do a lot of different things on the football field. So if you're a fan of football, this is going to be probably one of the most fun championship games we're going to see this weekend.
Since the IHSAA kept official championships, Oakley has 4 in their history, 1985, 2007, 2009, and of course last year, 2020. They are the defending 1A D1 champs. Head coach Brennan Jones, 1 state championship in his career. It came last year in 2020. Raft River, 5 titles career. 1986, won by Tom Harrison, the head coach at Weiser, who we're going to see tomorrow night.
That's right, that was his first time.
They also won in 1995. They won 2 titles in 3 years, in 2002 and 2004, under Randy Spaeth, who's now the athletic director at Raft River. And they last won in 2016. So Raft River comes in with a 5-year title drought they're trying to break. Raft River won the toss, will defer to the second half, which means they will kick off first. Ethan Southern, the senior, to boot it away. 1 man back deep for Oakley. Dace Jones standing at his own 10-yard line. Here is the opening kick. 1A D1 championship fielded at the 18-yard line by Jones. Fakes the handoff to Duncan. They did that play for 80 yards and a touchdown last week. And look at this. Dace Jones across the 35, the 40, the 50, the 40, the 35, and finally brought down around the 30-yard line of Raft River. That is a return of nothing because there's a penalty flag back at the 22-yard line.
And I watched it happen, and they did this in the game last week where they kind of did that reverse, right, and ended up running it back. This time they faked the reverse. As he comes around, you just saw, and this, it's not their fault. And all you have to do is let him go. It was a block in the back, and it wasn't even close, and it was right in front of the official, and the official was a little bit tardy on calling that play until he got about 10 yards past. But it was a block in the back right after that faked handoff.
So Dace Jones returned it all the way to the Raft River 29, but the penalty flag all the way back at his own 22-yard line. And that means Oakley will start first and 10 deep in their own territory. This is exactly what happened when these two teams played in the regular season. Raft River kicked off to Oakley. Oakley went 3 and out very quickly with bad field position. They punted. Tegan Whitaker returned the punt 60 yards for a touchdown, and Raft River was up 8-0 without the offense even having to lift a finger.
Yeah, and you can't give away points. You can't give away yards, not in this type of championship game.
Oakley breaks the huddle wearing the white jerseys, white pants. They've got the black letters and numbers, red trim around them with those black helmets. They kind of look like the Atlanta Falcons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Hopefully the lights don't go out.
Right. I always try to equate it to a college or pro team so the listeners can get a visual in their mind of what it looks like. So first and 10 for Oakley from their own 12-yard line. A receiver to either side to start, and they will start with a handoff up the middle to the 12. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Raft River was ready defensively. Ethan Torabau on the carry that time gets only a yard.
On the tackle were 5 guys. As he's being tackled, I counted who was not in there, and there were 3. Did some little quick math in there, and that left 5.
Any burgers and fries to go with those 5 guys?
Big fan. Big fan.
2nd and 9 for the Hornets. They're working right to left here in this opening quarter of action. 11:15 to play in the period. Pitch to the left side, or to the right side, across the 15, up to the 16-yard line. It'll be 3rd down as Torabau takes it for a gain of 3. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
So positive yards, but not a lot. That still leaves a big 3rd and a long 6 while they're sitting on their own, 16-yard line.
So 3rd and a long 6 for Oakley. 2 receivers right side. Tight end to the right as well. Peyton Beck back to pass. Flushed out, throws in the flat. Caught Torabau at the 15, the 20. Stretching for the first down around the 22. Penalty flag comes out at the end. Might be in the neighborhood of a horse collar tackle against Raft River along that far side. Either way, looked like Torabau had enough for the first down.
Yeah, he had him on a clean tackle, and as he was falling down, he reached up and grabbed. It is going to be a personal foul, horse collar on Raft River. They were forcing him out of bounds. There's really no need for it. So Raft River giving up some free yards to Oakley.
Raft River in those blue jerseys, blue pants, the yellow trim down the sides, white letters and numbers, yellow trim around them, white helmets. They kind of look like Toledo, the Toledo Rockets in college.
Yeah. Wow. So people are Googling Toledo Rockets right now.
Right. 4 wide this time for Oakley. Over the middle. That's caught at the 41. Brought down almost immediately. A short gain on first down, and on the reception for Oakley is Briggs Sagers, the tight end, his first reception. And on the spot, he gets 5 yards. So a 5-yard gain makes it 2nd down and 5 for Oakley. From their own 44-yard line, Beck again out of a shotgun. Pitch to the left side. This is Torabau, strung out. Brought down in the backfield for a loss, and charging in to make the stop, Thane Lockmiller.
Yeah, he stretched out and only picked up maybe half a yard on that, so that's going to bring up 3rd and maybe 4, maybe 5. It looks like they're going to keep it at 5. So 3rd and 5, sitting at their own 43-yard line.
Officially no gain on that carry. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Back out of a shotgun, receiver to either side, tight end to the left. Back to pass. Beck rolling out right side, now in trouble, stepping up, going to try and take off and run for the first down, lunging forward at the 50-yard line. He's got the first down by a yard, and another penalty flag comes in at the end of the play.
It was a nice decision by Beck. He tried to make a move on it, and he saw that gap was closing in on him pretty quick, but he has some wheels and got through and just barely got that first down. They're going to wave off the flag.
Okay, so up to the 50-yard line is Peyton Beck, who gets the first down by a yard, 5-yard gain, 9:30 to play, opening quarter, no score. This is the opening drive for Oakley, 1st and 10. Ball right at the 50-yard line, working right to left. 2 wide to the right, Too wide to the left. It's going to be a toss play, working right to left this time. Blown up in the backfield. They were trying to go to Isaac Cranny, and great penetration by Raft River.
Corbin Hansen in there on the tackle. Did a great job.
So Cranny on the fly sweep attempt carries for a loss of 1, makes it 2nd and 11 for Oakley from their own 49. No score, 9 minutes to play opening quarter, 1A D1 championship. Back with 2 receivers to the left and a running back to the left as well. It's going to be an option play. Beck will keep it across the 50 to the Raft River 47-yard line, a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd and long.
And it was one of those option plays where it really wasn't an option. Instead of stringing that out to his right where he can kind of give his running back a little bit of a toss, he really cut that gap early, kind of showing he really had no intention of pitching that off.
3rd and 7, 8:30 to play, opening quarter, no score. Oakley's got to get to the 40 of Raft River to pick up the first down. Quarterback run for Beck. Breaks into the secondary. The 30, the 25, the 15, the 10, the 5, into the end zone for an Oakley touchdown. That is a 47-yard touchdown run for Peyton Beck.
Isaac Cranny followed him in, making sure no one caught up to him. That was a designed play the whole way as a quarterback draw. Comes up that left gap, got away from the first line, the second line, and when he broke free, there was nobody in the backfield to catch him. All he had to do was jog into the end zone. And by jog, I mean sprint.
Right. Raft River lost their lane contain that time, and Beck's able to take advantage. They'll go for 2. Beck, the only guy in the backfield. Back to pass, 3 receivers into the pattern. They're looking for Dace Jones. He's going to roll out to the left side now, going to try and run it in for 2, and he won't get there. Brought down on the play by Raft River's Mason Whitaker as it remains 6-0 Oakley with 8:13 to play here in our opening quarter of action.
Isaac Cranny broke free and was open in the back corner of the end zone, but by then it was too late for Beck. He was already past the line of scrimmage, so he had to try and make something out of nothing. Good job by that Raft River defense to tie him up. Every point is going to matter here in this championship game. Well, Brandon, let's thank AMI Supply. They provide agricultural and industrial equipment and tools for the Burley area. Their friendly staff will help you find the tools you need for any project, and they guarantee you will be satisfied with their service. Call them today, 208-678-4632, or stop in at 719 Overland Avenue in Burley. AMI is a huge supporter of Raft River student-athletes and very proud of their football team. AMI Supply is cheering on the Trojans in the championship game. It's kind of like us. We guarantee satisfaction here at IdahoSports.com.
Certainly. Raft River ready to receive their first kickoff of the night wearing the home blues. I said earlier they kind of look like Toledo. They also look like Pitt. Maybe that's a team people are more familiar with, the Pitt Panthers.
Yeah. Or does Pitt look like Raft River?
Yes. Which came first?
Yeah.
Raft River's been around a long time. You know, they named the high school that because of the river that runs through there. It's inside the 10, right. Bounces at the 5, on the return near sideline. This is Tegan Whitaker, brought down at the 17-yard line. Good coverage that time from Oakley.
That was, again, Isaac Cranny. 3 plays in a row when he's been involved. He wasn't the star of the play in the other 2, but he's so active everywhere he goes, and he's just always there ready to strike.
And Tegan Whitaker slapping the helmet in frustration a little bit there on that return. He's used to getting more yardage than that. 1st and 10 for Raft River, working left to right. It's an I formation under center from their own 17-yard line, and this play blown dead before it can start. Usually indicates a false start, and it is. So now 1st and 15 from their own 12-yard line. 8:07 to play first quarter, trailing 6-0.
3 penalties here in the first quarter for Raft River, just 1 for Oakley so far.
You mentioned it, the 7-man officiating crew. You've got the back judge, of course. You've got a side judge and 2 linesmen, and actually 2 side judges on either side. 1st and 15. It is a quarterback keeper off the right side for Tate Whitaker. And Whitaker is able to pick up 3 to the 15-yard line to make it 2nd and 12.
Still a couple of yards short of the original line of scrimmage. So they're going to be sitting right at their 15-yard line. Clock is ticking off. I love that new scoreboard here at ISU. In the old days, we kind of had that one that was up there and another one that was usually burned out. So they made some serious improvements here, and they're going to be making more.
Yes, more renovations to come here over the next couple of years. 2nd and 12 for Raft River from their own 15-yard line. Whitaker under center, handoff off the right side, across the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40, the 45, the 50, the 45, as Cole Spencer takes it all the way to the Oakley 42-yard line for a first down.
Keyshawn Crocker was able to catch up to him from behind, laid out, and if he would have missed him, he would have been gone, but he did the right thing, and instead of going for the shoulders of the body, he went straight for the feet. You can't run without the feet, and he brought him down, but what a great run to get it into Oakley territory.
That is a gain of 43 on the carry by Cole Spencer. He had a big game in the semifinal win over Lapway last Saturday. 1st and 10 for Raft River from the Oakley 42. Play action. Whitaker, plenty of time, throwing wide open. Seth Tracy caught on the far side across the 30, down to the 27-yard line. That's the big tight end, Seth Tracy, for the first down.
He had Tracy on the left. He had Lockmiller right down the middle, and immediately Lockmiller got in front of his defender, and he was at about the 15-yard line wide open when that pass went to Tracy on the other side. So he had, quarterbacks have to make a decision, and he made a good one, 1st and 10, but Lockmiller's back there going, hello, hey, hey.
And that's the thing. This is an unselfish team. They don't really care who gets the ball as long as it ends in a touchdown. 1st and 10 following the 15-yard completion to Tracy. They try a sweep left to right with Tegan Whitaker. It is stopped in the backfield. It'll be 2nd down.
And Sevier is the one that initiated that tackle. He was actually blocking on his knees, turned around, saw the runner coming behind him, picked him up, kind of stuck his hand out, tripped him up.
Loss of a yard for Tegan Whitaker. Split backs behind Tate Whitaker. Hand up to Cole Spencer off the left side. Takes it to the 25. A great tackle from behind that time. Looked like for Oakley it was Porter Pickett who made that stop.
Keyshawn Crocker actually dove out of bounds into his own sideline, kind of over his coach. They helped him back up, ran back out on the field. Crocker played such a big part in that win last week on the defensive side. Just making plays everywhere. Got a little intense sometimes, once in a while, but he's such a big part of that Oakley defense.
Certainly. 2-yard gain for Cole Spencer. 5:35 to play opening quarter. 6-0 Oakley lead. 3rd and 9 for Raft River. Back to passes Whitaker. Plenty of time. Now going to take off and run inside the 20. Brought down around the 16-yard line. Should have enough for the first down. We'll see where they mark it. He needed to get 9. It looks like he got 10. Move the chains. So again, Oakley not able to generate much of a pass rush as this Raft River offensive line, led by Davin Jones, one of the best two-way linemen in the 8-man game, gave Whitaker a good clean pocket, so much so that he decided to take off and run for the first down.
And if your guys are down there giving you that, you got to take it once in a while, or they're going to go, why am I working this hard?
Right. All the way down to the 16-yard line of Oakley, where it's 1st and 10 for Raft River. 5 minutes to play opening quarter. I formation again. Toss off the right side. This is Murillo for the first time tonight. Alex Murillo takes it down to the 10 for a gain of 6.
And on the tackle first was Bridger Duncan. We've called his name so many times this season. We've done quite a few games for these two teams this year. So, it's not a new thing for either of us to come in and call these names tonight.
Yes, very familiar with both teams and their star players. And the fans traveled really well tonight.
Yeah.
You see them sitting across from us here at Holt Arena. Not bad for a school night. Split backs behind Whitaker. Handoff left side to Murillo. Looking for the edge. Cuts it back up inside the 10. Down to the 8-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and short. So Murillo initially was going to bounce that outside on the left side. The speed of Oakley, we saw it last week against Butte County, closed it. So he cut back up and got what he could.
And he was on the left hash. And with a lot of teams, if you can get to that outside, you've got it with a lot of teams. But Oakley's not a lot of teams. Oakley's got those players, those special players that can get there quicker than a lot of other guys.
3rd and 2 now for Raft River. Ball at the Oakley 8. I formation. Fake the toss. Handoff to the fullback inside. Thane Lockmiller for the first time tonight. I think he's a yard short. It'll be 4th down for Raft River with 3:40 to play in the opening quarter.
Yeah, they gave him absolutely no gain on that. So 4th and very short.
So 4th and 2 for Raft River, and is Coach Evans going to take a timeout? He won't. He's just going to call the play in to Tate Whitaker, his senior quarterback. Actually, junior quarterback. Sorry, Tegan is the senior. A lot of Whitakers on this team. Treg Whitaker is a junior as well. Receiver to either side, 4th down, QB sneak. I don't think he got it. Oakley was able to surge forward and will generously give Tate Whitaker 1 yard. He needed 2, but really that play was blown up from the start.
Oh, it absolutely was. You got 2 yards that deep, and you're on the left hash. You got a lot of room to the right. Do something. That quarterback sneak just was not there.
That is a turnover on downs to Oakley. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Hornets, starting from their own 8-yard line. And for Oakley, this is kind of dangerous territory. Last week against Butte County in the semifinal, they had a drive start around their own 8-yard line, ended with a blocked punt for Butte County in the Oakley end zone.
But they made a pretty good turnaround when they ran the kickoff back right after that.
Yes, they sure did. And they blocked a punt of their own.
That's exactly right.
Later on in the period. 3:08 to play first quarter, 6-0 Oakley lead, 1st and 10 for the Hornets following the turnover and downs from their own 8. They will start with a handoff off the right side to Houston Bingham, and Bingham strung out for a loss.
I think that was Seth Tracy in on that big tackle. No gain, maybe a little bit of a loss. We'll see what the spot is. Not much of anything.
I'm going to say no gain for Houston Bingham. His first carry tonight off that right side, 2nd and 10 for Oakley. You get the feeling that this is going to be kind of a low-scoring game, right? The two teams met in the regular season. It was 22-16, and I mean, we're down to 2:30 to play in the opening quarter. 6-0 Oakley the lead. Split backs behind Beck under center. Toss to Bryce Sevier for the first time tonight, and again, nowhere to go. Sevier may have gotten a yard. That's it.
Well, this is a big 3rd down for Oakley right here. They're up 6-0. You want to keep ahead of a team like Raft River. But looking at 3rd and 10, again, no gain. Looks like they're going to give him a yard. So 3rd and 9. So a huge 3rd down here to either get really, really close or get that 1st down.
Receiver to either side. Beck out of a shotgun formation. Bryce Sevier, the tailback, on his right hip. We'll see if Raft River brings pressure here on 3rd and 9. They will hand off to Bryce Sevier up the middle. Draw play. Nowhere to go again. As Raft River comes up to make the stop. First guy in there, Corbin Hansen.
Corbin Hansen in first, and big Davin Jones coming in behind him. Probably one biggest guy on the field, Davin Jones. Raft River doesn't have height and weight, but the eye test tells me that I don't want to sumo wrestle with Jones.
He is such a great facilitator of both the defense and offense on the trenches for Raft River. And so now here it is. Oakley going to punt from their end zone like we saw last week. Peyton Beck is the punter. Tegan Whitaker standing around his own 45-yard line. This is where Oakley was punting from when they met in the regular season, and Whitaker returned it 60 yards for a touchdown. So here's the snap back with a minute to play first quarter. Line drive kick. Whitaker will let it bounce across the 45, the 50, across his own 45, and finally out of bounds around the Raft River 43-yard line. So we see the strategy there. We're not going to kick it to you, Tegan Whitaker, so enjoy that.
You know, it's a compliment. It really is, but it's really frustrating as a return guy. That's your job, and you're there because you're good at it. But then everybody, kicks around you. It's kind of like a Barry Bonds who, led in walks because no one wanted to pitch to him.
Right. So Raft River, after turning the ball over on downs, like they've done so many times this year, relying on the defense to give them the ball back. 6-0 Oakley lead, 56 seconds to play, opening quarter of the 1A D1 state championship. 1st and 10 for Raft River from their own 44. Handoff off the right side, and a gain of a yard. That's it. Cole Spencer on the carry. Dace Jones on the stop.
Yeah, Dace Jones, he came out of nowhere, wrapped him up, and he was lucky to get the yard that he did. Dace Jones is actually on that right side of the line in the back and made it to the actual opposite side. He's just, you said it in the pregame. He's a missile. He's an absolute missile that can just track him down.
Best defensive player I've seen in 8-man football this year. 25 seconds of county opening quarter. Raft River will probably run one more play, and then we'll go to the second. Tate Whitaker out of a shotgun, back to his right hip. Whitaker has time, stepping up, now going to roll out right side, looking for somewhere to go. Now going to huck it deep downfield, has a man, overthrew him at the 20-yard line. They were trying to go deep to Thane Lockmiller that time. Raft River only had 2 receivers out into the pattern, and Oakley dropped 5 guys back in coverage. Tate Whitaker probably wishing he had taken off and run that.
And Lockmiller actually was in a great spot. He was open. He was open for quite a while. And when he finally caught the eye of the quarterback, he was still open. The ball just got thrown over his head. Throw that ball a little bit lower, he catches it. He threw it right in the perfect spot as Whitaker is actually rolling to his left, being pressured. So that was actually a really good throw, even though it was incomplete.
3rd down and 9, 8 seconds to play first quarter from their own 45-yard line. Tracy in motion right to left. It's an inside counter play to Lockmiller. And boy, Lockmiller only able to pick up a yard. It'll be 4th down and 8 for Raft River when we start the second quarter. But after 1, it is Oakley 6, Raft River 0.
And Lockmiller's helmet came off, and he's saying it got pulled off. So a player has to come off for a play. So at the end of a quarter, does he have to come off for a play, or does the quarter count as a play?
I think that counts, because you can take a timeout and negate that in the game. So
I was asking for the folks at home. I knew the answer, of course.
Of course.
Just asking for them. Let Brennan Jones Construction in Oakley help you with your roofing, home repair, or new home construction needs. Brennan Jones Construction is proud to support and coach this team and loves the webcast here at IdahoSports.com. Thank you, Brennan Jones Construction. And Wybanga Dairy, proud supporter of Oakley Athletics. I want to wish them good luck in the championship game tonight from Wybanga Dairy. And, of course, UD Angus Plus in Rockland can fulfill all your cattle needs with Angus, Red Angus, or Black and Red Sim Angus, available today. From UD Angus Plus, good luck to all of the area teams playing in the state tournament.
So as we start the second quarter of action, Raft River working right to left now in this second quarter. It is 4th down and 8 for the Trojans from their own 46-yard line. It looks like Cole Spencer will line up to punt. Dace Jones will stand back to return at his own 20-yard line.
I'm sure the officials appreciated not having to walk end zone to end zone at the change of quarter.
Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Right at midfield. We saw that a couple times last week where somebody was like at the 2 and they had to jog all the way down to the other end of the field. So Spencer back to punt. Will take the snap, will take off and run. He's got blockers. Spencer cuts back inside, gets the first down across the 45, all the way to the 41-yard line for a first down. Fake punt works.
From the 44 to the 41. Nice play to start the second quarter. Gets him into Oakley territory. New set of downs. Clock's running. We're only 8 seconds into the second, and Raft River, they're in business.
That is a gain of 12 on the fake punt on a 4th and 9 by Cole Spencer. And so 1st and 10 for Raft River. Ball is at the Oakley 41-yard line. 11:45 to play before halftime. Special teams can really swing a game sometimes. We'll see if Raft River is able to cash in on this drive. 4 wide this time for the Trojans, 2 to either side. Man in motion now, left to right is Tracy. Quarterback draw for Whitaker. Brought down at the 41 as he was able to stretch another yard out of it. Great tackle by Ethan Torabau that time for Oakley to keep it to a 2-yard gain.
Torabau absolutely saved that possession for Oakley. As he came through there was really nobody else, and he almost got away from Torabau. But again, that great leg tackling by Oakley. Very well-coached team.
So 2nd down and 8 now for Raft River. 10:55 to play before halftime. 6-0 Oakley with the lead. Trojans break the huddle, and again it's 4 wide. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Tate Whitaker all alone out of a shotgun. Oakley with 2 down linemen. We'll see if they rush more than that. They only rush 2. Whitaker going to take a deep shot down the left sideline for Tegan Whitaker. It's caught in stride inside the 5, down to the 2. In coverage was Keyshawn Crocker. What a throw and catch from Tate Whitaker to Tegan Whitaker for a first down at the 2.
And Crocker played that absolutely perfectly. He's up, but it looks like he might have tinged something a little bit on his neck. But he played that absolutely perfectly. But how great was that ball thrown? And I didn't think he had a chance at that. He jumped up and snatched it right out of the air.
37 yards from Tate Whitaker to Tegan Whitaker, and now it's an I formation at 1st and goal from the 2. Play blown dead before it can start as everybody moved except the center.
Hey, guys.
A false start against Raft River, so now it's 1st and goal from the 7. And all these Whitakers are related, of course. I believe Tegan and Tate are cousins.
Okay.
And Treg and Tegan are brothers. I think I got that right.
1 year apart, makes sense.
Yes. And so lots of Whitakers, of course. There's also Mason Whitaker.
Spencers.
Yeah, a lot of Spencers. A couple Tracys on this team as well. So 1st and goal from the 7 now following that penalty. Toss play to Cole Spencer off the left side inside not to the 5 yet. Brought down around the 6. Gain of only a yard.
Try to take advantage of the short side of the field. Maybe throw them off a little bit as they're starting from the left hash. But again, Oakley, just one of the great closing defenses that we see in the 8-man game. They're not going to give that end run a chance very often, especially on the short side.
So gain of 2 on that run by Cole Spencer makes it 2nd and goal from the 5. We see Trey Whitaker come into the game for the first time tonight. He's on the right hip of Tate Whitaker in a shotgun formation. They've got 2 receivers right, the tight end to the left on 2nd and goal from the 5. Tate Whitaker back to pass, rolling out right side on the run, firing, caught at the goal line, far side and into the end zone for a touchdown to Seth Tracy from 5 yards out.
Tracy just made a nice little stutter move right at the goal line and then hooked right. Same time, his quarterback made the same move, ran with him. Nothing the defense could do but watch.
So Tate Whitaker, a 5-yard score to the tight end, Seth Tracy. And now they'll line up and go for 2 and potentially try to take the lead here with 9:31 to play before halftime.
So they match it up.
Shotgun formation, low snap, Whitaker, jump pass, Tebow style, caught by one of the linemen. That's Ladd Hansen, who makes the reception for the 2-point conversion.
Right across the back of the end zone, goes up, puts it in, and you call it. It's probably going to be a low-scoring game again, unless we see big plays. And you and Will talked about it in the 8-man prepcast that with a lot of these 8-man teams, especially these, you see that 4 yards, 7 yards, 5 yards, 40 yards, 5 yards, 7 yards, 8 yards, 52 yards. And you never know when they're going to strike.
5-yard touchdown from Tate Whitaker to Seth Tracy, the 2-point conversion to the lineman, Ladd Hansen. The new term in college and the NFL for that is a thick 6. Now,
really?
Now Ladd Hansen isn't thick, right? He's a high school lineman, but in college and the NFL, the guys are a little bigger, so they call it a thick 6 whenever a big guy gets some end zone action.
Write that down. Thick 6. Got it. Learn something new every day working with you, Brandon.
I try to inform. 9:31 to play before halftime, and Raft River leading 8-6 here in the 1A D1 championship game on IdahoSports.com. It's kind of like a best-of-5 game series, right? Oakley won 2 of the 3 matchups last year. Raft River tied it up 2-2 with the win in the regular season. This is like game 5 of the best-of-5 series. Line drive kick. Jones going to let it roll inside the 5. Thought it was going to get it to the end zone. Now he's got to pick it up at the 2. In trouble and brought down at the 11-yard line.
Oh, that ball just would not do what Jones wanted it to. It hit. He was hoping it bounced back or at least to him. He decided to let it go, and they're right there in that little coffin corner, right in the 2-yard line, in the sideline and the goal line. He had to pick it up. And try to do something, and was able to pick up about 5-6 yards out of it, which was better than it could have been.
Dace Jones only able to get to the 12, and who made the tackle? The guy who just caught the touchdown, Seth Tracy. So 1st and 10 for Oakley, now working left to right in this second quarter of action, starting from their own 12-yard line. Second drive in a row where they are starting inside their own 20. So we'll see what Oakley can do here offensively, trailing for the first time tonight 8-6 with 9:26 to play before halftime. Shotgun formation, 4 wide, 2 to either side. Beck all alone back in the gun. Raft River, looks like they're going to rush 3. Beck rolling out right side and sacked inside the 5, back at the 3-yard line. That's Corbin Hansen in on the stop.
And somebody missed that assignment. Corbin Hansen came through. Nobody touched him. They were looking at Isaac Cranny out on that far side. They were looking at Dace Jones out there, and he had no time. He got to about 2.5 steps in his 3-step drop, and then right at him, he just dropped him.
That is a loss of 8 on the sack by Corbin Hansen. And so now it's 2nd and 18 for Oakley from their own 4. Beck back to pass out of the end zone, in trouble. Hit as he throws, and it is caught by Dace Jones right at the 13-yard line. Raft River was that close to bearing down for the safety.
That was very, very close. He finally got it out. Dace Jones luckily caught it, I guess, but it actually got him a couple of yards, still third. Third and about 13, 14 yards as the yardage guy and the down marker went to talk to each other and kind of, wait, Can't do that.
Not yet. Social hour is at halftime. Gain of 3 to Dace Jones makes it 3rd and 15. Here's Jones again making the catch at the 15, the 20, and close to the first down marker. I think he exactly got it. They needed 15 yards, and Dace Jones picks up just that.
He got it, and the official is spotting it where his feet were, and he actually leaned forward with the football. He didn't get credit for that lean, but they're going to give him the first down anyway.
And that's the danger of a team like Oakley. 3rd and 15, no problem. Right. We'll go to Dace Jones. Now, again, that route was only about 5 yards, and he used his speed and power to pick up the remaining 10. 1st and 10 for Oakley. From their own 18-yard line. Rolling out is Beck down the middle. He's got Jones, and it's off his hands at the 45-yard line. Incomplete, 2nd down.
Seth Tracy was on the pass defense, and when Jones got in front of him, I couldn't see his eyes, but I could see his eyes going, oh no. And that ball went over his head. Dace Jones went into his hands and just out. Couldn't quite bring it in. That would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, if Dace Jones catches that, he's dancing in the end zone.
Yep.
So 2nd down and 10 for Oakley from their own 23-yard line now. 2 receivers right side. Torabal, the tailback, on the left hip of Beck out of the gun here. It's going to be an option play left side. Beck will keep it across the 25 up to the 28-yard line, 3rd down.
Pickup of about 7 on the quarterback keeper. The clock continues to run. Quick first half. Yes. Already at 7:40.
So a gain of 6 on that option play by Peyton Beck, and that's why we said every possession is going to be critical because the game's going to be really short with the way these two teams play defense. 3rd and 4 for Oakley from their own 29. 7:25 to play before halftime. 8-6 Raft River lead. Raft River brings the blitz. The officials bring the penalty flag, and we'll see what the call is here.
I think that was it Lockmiller that came? It was Lockmiller that came through on the blitz. Made a nice move to get to him. Just some movement right before the snap.
And I'm wondering if him showing blitz caused the guard to move that time for Oakley. So now, instead of 3rd and 4, you're talking about 3rd and 9 for Oakley. Ball back at their own 24-yard line. They've got to get to the Raft River 33 to pick up the first down. A lot of confusion as players running in and off before the snap here. Receiver to the right side, tight end and wing back to the left side. Beck back to pass on 3rd and 9. It's going to be a backside screen. No defenders out there on Torabal as he takes it across the 35 up to the 39-yard line for a first down. They're actually going to spot it right at the 40. A gain of 16 to Torabal on the screen.
Hayden Hunter, number 45 for Oakley, the senior lineman, came out and made a crucial block that enabled him to get that first down.
1st and 10 for Oakley, 6:45 to play before the half. 2 receivers right, single receiver to the left, tailback on the right hip of Beck out of the shotgun. Raft River bringing the blitz again. And a curl route complete on the right side by Dace Jones. A juke move made a guy miss. He picked up 2 extra yards because of it. Takes it to the Raft River 47 for a gain of 7.
Well, the guy that he juked was Cole Spencer, and Cole Spencer ended up making the tackle. So he juked him to his left. Cole Spencer was able to recover and get back and make the tackle. So nice job by the junior, Cole Spencer.
Very nice recovery. It is 2nd and 3 for Oakley. Ball at the Raft River, their own 47-yard line again. Trojans rush 4. Screen pass, Bryce Sevier in the flat left side this time. The 50, the 45, the 40, the 30, and in the blink of an eye, the 10, the 5, a 53-yard touchdown to Bryce Sevier.
That was a combination block by Isaac Cranny. There were 2 Raft River defenders chasing him, and he had to pick one. So Isaac Cranny blocked one at the 35, who hit the other one and blocked the other Raft River player, freeing his teammate up for the touchdown. The combo block. I love it.
53 yards to Bryce Sevier, and Raft River routinely blitzing and rushing 4 guys. Oakley head coach Brennan Jones, he's a smart cookie. He saw that and said, you know what, we're going to throw a backside screen right over the head of the blitzing linebacker, and Sevier takes it 53 yards for the score. Now they'll line up and go for 2. Beck tries a jump pass of his own. It is intercepted ultimately by Tegan Whitaker after it was bobbled off of the hands of Bryce Sevier. So again, Oakley can't convert the 2-point try, and it remains 12-2 Oakley with 6:02 to play before halftime.
Well, Pickett Ranch and Sheep Company has been family-owned and operated since 1882. That's over 130 years. Don, David, and Doug Pickett and families are proud to carry on the family tradition of being one of the best cattle and sheep ranchers in the Oakley area. They've been farming the land for over a century and plan to keep it that way for a long time to come. Pickett Ranch and Sheep Company proudly supports Oakley Athletics and wishes the boys good luck tonight. Reminds me of the musical Oklahoma, where it's, oh, the farmer and the cowman should be friends. For over 90 yards, Clark's for Shopping has been the place to go in Oakley for all your grocery, produce, dairy, and now hot stuff pizza from the entire friendly staff at Clark's for Shopping. Good luck, Hornets.
Did you notice how I took the headset off when you started singing?
No. One day you'll learn I don't pay attention to what you do. It's just I hear noise, and when it stops, I start talking.
You know, you're the only guy that the pandemic is pretty much over, but you've still got the glass dividers between us, you know, for safety reasons.
Oh, it's for safety.
Unquote.
It's for safety. I sound pretty good for wearing 2 masks right now.
Yeah,
yes.
Right.
Double mask.
6:02 to play before halftime. Speaking of double masks, Oakley double scores.
Yep.
And they're both big plays. 47-yard touchdown run by Peyton Beck, and then a 53-yard touchdown pass from Beck to Sevier. You wonder if Raft River maybe will tone down the aggressiveness on defense and try and play just more one-on-one football, because they've now given up 2 long touchdowns to Oakley, and they're trailing 12-8 with 6:02 to play before the half.
Now, after the failed 2-point conversion, there was an Oakley player down, and they just carried him off the field. That's Bryce Sevier.
Okay.
So they carried him off as far as like a fireman's carry. They just, not like on a stretcher, but
right.
He couldn't put any pressure down, so 2 coaches took one on each side and carried him off the field.
That is a bummer, because he's a great player, sophomore speedster, and they tried a convoluted jump pass play for that 2-point try, and yeah, Sevier ends up getting banged up on the play. So Oakley will kick off now to Raft River with 6:02 to play before halftime. This will be a kick fielded at the 15-yard line, bobbled by Tegan Whitaker, picks it up at the 20, to the 25, the 30, and despite bobbling the kickoff, Tegan Whitaker is able to return it out to the 33-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for Raft River.
You know, that's great field position for them to start things off to answer. This is going to be like a heavyweight match, I think. They're going to come out, they're going to dance around a little bit, strike a big blow. Dance for a little while, strike a big blow.
This is an important drive for both sides, because Raft River gets the ball to start the second half. With 5:52 to play before halftime, if they get a score and don't leave much time on the clock for Oakley and then get the ball to start the second half, Raft River could really take command of this game. Likewise, Oakley defensively can stay in the game if they can get a stop. On 1st and 10, a handoff off the left side for Cole Spencer across the 35 up to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Looks like they're going to pull it back just a little bit. They did that just for you. It's going to be 2nd and 6. After you made the call, they went, nope. No, we're going to fake Brandon out. So 2nd and 6 as Raft River takes their huddle clear back to the 25-yard line. Clock continues to run, 5:20.
Cole Spencer, the leading rusher in the first half for Raft River in terms of carries and yardage. This time it's Lockmiller off the right side. Penalty flag comes out in the backfield as Lockmiller takes it up to the Oakley 45-yard line. We will await the call here, though. As it stands, that is a gain of 7 and a first down, but the penalty is against the Trojans. With 5:09 to play before halftime, a holding call on Raft River.
5 penalties on the game for Raft River. Oakley just 2, but their 2 have been when they're inside the 15-yard line. So it's not about how many you get, it's about how they affect you.
Well, I've said that penalties are like comedy. It's all about the timing.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Penalties, no laughing matter, though, to these coaching staffs. It's
No.
second and 15 for Raft River from their own 28. Out of a shotgun is Tate Whitaker. Tracy, the man in motion, left to right. Whitaker back to pass. Oakley rushing 2. Hit as he throws. Whitaker going deep for Tegan Whitaker. Just overthrew him, and he was absolutely demolished as Tate Whitaker unleashed that ball. Coming free on the pass rush that time for Oakley and disrupting things was Houston Bingham.
Whitaker walks to the sideline to get the play from his coach as he just kind of rubs his ribs just a little bit, saying it didn't hurt. I'm just got to scratch it.
I mean, he took a pop from Bingham as he released that ball. So 4:40 to play before halftime, and all of a sudden now it is 3rd and 15 for Raft River. We talked about penalties being key, and now look at the Trojans here. A 3rd and 15 from their own 28-yard line. Low snap. Whitaker rolling out right side, throwing low and incomplete. Off the hands, even if it's caught at the 31-yard line by Tracy, it's going to be well short of the first down. And so now Raft River will have to come out to punt. And now for Oakley, with 4:36 to play before halftime, this becomes an important offensive possession, because if they can score here and maintain that one-score lead, even if Raft River gets the ball to start the second half, Oakley's still in command of the tempo of the game.
That's exactly right. And one nice thing about where they're punting from is Oakley, unless it's another great roll, Oakley shouldn't be pressed up against their own end zone again. It's Dace Jones standing at the 40.
Here's the punt off the side of the foot. Will take a spin and a bounce inside the 35, the 30. Jones picks it up at the 26-yard line, returns to the 35, and brought down by Cole Spencer at the 40-yard line. So Dace Jones again let it roll, saw it headed the wrong direction, says, I've had enough of this. Yep. I'm going to pick it up, and gets 11 yards on the return.
Well, after the first bounce, he thought it was going to go out of bounds, so he kind of gave that safe motion, like, not going to touch it. And then it kept going backwards. It didn't go out of bounds. Kind of took a little hop, and he's like, oh, crud, I'm going to have to pick this up and go.
Yeah, I'm just going to let this go. Psych. You fell for that?
You fell for it.
1st and 10 for Oakley. As we mentioned, great field position. Yep. Their own 41-yard line, working left to right here in this second quarter of action, leading 12-8. So Oakley breaks the huddle. 2 receivers to the left side. Tight end is on the right. Back out of a shotgun formation with the tailback on his left hip. And again, Bryce Sevier left with an injury. They're still attending to him on the trainer's table. Slinging in the flat left side. That is a reception by Cranny. And Isaac Cranny takes it across the 45 to the Raft River 47.
So a good gain by Isaac Cranny again. God, I think we've said his name more than almost anybody, both on the offensive side, defensive side. That combination block he had. Kid is everywhere.
For all that we've mentioned him, that was his first catch of the night, believe it or not. Goes for a gain of 6. Low snap on 2nd and 4. Beck just going to take off and run across the 50, the 45, and brought down on the play by Seth Tracy. Tracy lost his helmet at the end of the play. Meanwhile, Beck is able to pick up the first down.
Yep, Tracy's helmet just popped off, and he's staying in the game.
That is a gain of 9 on the carry for Beck, and now Oakley running the hurry-up offense with 3:45 to play before the half. Beck slinging it right side, caught by Jones at the 40-yard line of Raft River, and brought down there by a gaggle of Trojans. And it's a gain of 3 to Dace Jones.
I like how they hurried and snapped that football so they couldn't say anything about getting Seth Tracy off the field. That helmet came clean off on the tackle. He just popped it back on and went back to his position.
Officially, they'll call it a gain of 4.
Snap the ball. Snap it.
For Dace Jones. 2 receivers left side. Beck rolling out on 2nd and 6. Going to loft it up. He's got a man open, but he overshot him at the 15-yard line on the far side. And that time, they were trying to go downfield to Isaac Cranny. It's now 3rd down and 6.
Tegan Whitaker doing a good job on the pass defense. But when the quarterback helps you out like that, it makes you look good. But that overthrew him by about 1.5 feet, right over his fingertips.
That's just the second incompletion for Peyton Beck in this first half. 3rd down and 6 for Oakley. 3:10 to play before halftime. Ball at the Raft River 39. 2 receivers left, single receiver to the right. Oakley leading 12-8. Back out of the shotgun. Raft River showing blitz again. Penalty flag comes out. Showing blitz off that right edge was Alex Murillo, and it forces Oakley into another false start. So Raft River's head games at the line of scrimmage paying dividends. And now instead of 3rd down and 6, it's going to be 3rd down and longer than that. 3rd down and, now they get it correct. Yes, 3rd and 11. Timeout on the field for Oakley, their first of the opening half of action. 3:10 to play here before halftime, and Oakley leading 12-8. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Rain and Style, proud to be a sponsor of all high school sports. Rain and Style provides custom alternatives to make you and your animal stand out in a crowd. Use coupon code IdahoSports with your order and get 10% off now. Whether you need collars or leashes for your dog, beautiful colorful tack for your horse, or a cool gift or decor item for you, Rain in Style can help you out. Conveniently located in Boise, and products are custom made to your needs, so log on to raininstyle.com. Grab life by the reins and play hard tonight.
Saw Jeff Gee from Firth, good friend, came up in the press box and back, and just good guy, good overall guy.
That is our second game tonight, a 9 o'clock kickoff on a Thursday night. Firth and West Side for the 2A championship.
I might just go back to the hotel and go to sleep and see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep this one off. I'll catch you guys. I'll see you guys at breakfast.
Logan should be here at some point.
Out of the timeout for Oakley, 3rd and 11 for the Hornets following that false start penalty. Ball back now at the Raft River 44-yard line with 3:10 to play before halftime. Receiver to either side, tight end to the right. Beck, option play, pitch out left side to Ethan Torabau. Brought down short of the first down marker. Across the 45, down around the 37-yard line. Seth Tracy has the helmet back on and makes the tackle for Raft River.
He did. Torabau kind of made a little leap over top. Not necessarily a hurdle, just kind of stepped over. But Torabau, just a big, strong kid, able to pick up a lot of yards every time he touches the ball.
Gain of 7 for Torabau, and now it's 4th and 4 for Oakley at the Raft River 36. They're going to go for it. 2 receivers right side, tailback to the right as well. Beck back to pass, rolling out right side, a waggle route, caught at the 35 for the first down, and brought down to the 32-yard line on the near side is Torabau. Tegan Whitaker making the tackle.
And they're going to give him the first down.
Yeah, he got that easily. Only needed 4 yards. Ends up picking up 6.
We're right back to it as well.
3rd reception for Torabau tonight. 1st and 10 for Oakley from the Raft River 31. Beck back to pass, has time, taking a deep shot, looking for Cranny. Almost made a one-handed grab around the 6-yard line on the far side. Pass incomplete. Murillo did a great job in coverage that time.
Murillo did, and you saw Cranny. Murillo had no idea where the ball was, where it was coming. You saw Cranny loop around to his left to try and get to it, but again, just a little bit overthrown. Unless you're the quarterback, and then you say he just didn't run fast enough.
Well, and he kind of ran into Murillo, and Murillo didn't stood his ground. So 2nd and 10 for Oakley from the Raft River 31. 2:10 to play before halftime. Beck rolling out left side, throwing. It is caught on a dive at the 11-yard line by Isaac Cranny along the far sideline.
What a great catch. You're right, he caught it and then slid about 10, 12 feet into the sideline.
That is a gain of 19 from Beck to Cranny. Sets up a 1st and 10 for the Hornets. Ball at the Raft River 12 with 1:55 and counting before halftime.
And Beck was watching that catch from the flat of his back again.
Yes, Raft River again being very aggressive on the pass rush. Handoff right side. This is Torabau. He's got blockers at the 5 and stretching out to the 4-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and short for Oakley.
Tegan Whitaker with the tackle, touchdown saving tackle. He's got him, like you said, down on the 3-yard line.
That is a gain of 9 on the carry by Torabau off the right side. Makes it 2nd and 1. Ball is at the 3-yard line of Raft River. 1:20 to play before halftime. Oakley leading 12-8. Beck, pitch out, left side, Torabau, and brought down at the 2. And on the stop that time, another touchdown saving tackle, this time by Treg Whitaker. And timeout taken by, not sure yet, Raft River. 1:13 to play before halftime. Raft River at this point now trying to preserve some clock as it'll be 1st and goal for Oakley with the ball at the 2-yard line.
Well, Oakley Valley Stone has been locally owned and operated since 1948. Oakley Valley Stone offers flooring supplies, patio stones, blocks, and tiles, and also provides custom cutting of blocks or stones. Call 208-862-3450 or visit them at 204 West Main Street right there in Oakley. Oakley Valley Stone, operated by Jim and Dave Birch, and proudly supports Oakley Athletics. Good luck at state, boys, from Oakley Valley Stone. And for over 50 years, Hardy Farms in Oakley. They've been growing some of the best spuds in Idaho, and that's saying a lot. Hardy Farms is a proud supporter of all the student athletes at Oakley High and want to wish all these guys good luck on the field tonight.
So 1:13 to play before halftime. 12-8 Oakley lead. 1st and goal for the Hornets with the ball at the Raft River 2-yard line. Raft River took that last time out to try and preserve a little clock here. It's going to be an I formation for Oakley. Beck under center. Torabau, the deep back, is again Bryce Sevier left the game with an injury, still laying on that trainer's table on the far side, which means Torabao is going to be the guy in the backfield pretty much for Oakley. Deep I formation here. Beck under center. Penalty flags come out. Now, in a normal I formation, the fullback and running back are probably like 2 yards apart from each other, and the fullback is 2 yards from the quarterback. The fullback is like 4 yards away from the quarterback.
Yeah.
It's a very deep I formation.
Yeah, you said deep, and I kind of looked and went, oh, yeah, that's very, very deep.
So a false start penalty against Oakley moves it back to the 6-yard line. So I guess really the ball was at the 1. We'll call it the 1.5 because that 5-yard penalty now moves it out to the 6. And they're signaling to start the clock, put more time on the clock. I think they're telling them to put more time on the clock here. 1:11 to play before halftime, and they move up to 1:13. So first and goal from the 6 now for Oakley. Toss play left side. Torabao went outside, now up the middle, brought down right at the 6.
Boy, and Torabao didn't even pretend to make a move. He got the ball and then said, you stand right there, I'm going to run into you.
You know, he started outside and then went, nope, I'm going to run right into Corbin Hansen, and no gain on the play for Torabao, and another timeout taken here.
Well, don't forget at halftime, we'll take a little bit of a break. We'll come back, and we'll go over our keys to victory again. If you caught the pregame, Brandon went over the keys to victory, 3 for each team. We'll see how each team's doing.
We'll see who makes the grade.
See who makes the cut.
1:02 to play here before halftime. That timeout again was taken by Raft River. This is interesting. The Trojans are saying, hey, we want some time on the clock if we get the ball back. Yeah. But every time they take a timeout, you're saving a timeout for Oakley, and you're allowing them to draw up a play offensively. It's a tricky line to toe. Here in the 1A D1 Championship, 1:02 to play before halftime. Oakley leading 12-8, and the Hornets have a second and goal at the Raft River 6-yard line. 2 receivers to the right side, tight end to the right as well. Running back Torabao on the right hip of Beck. And now we're set and ready for play. So everybody to the right side of the formation. That is the long side. Beck. Back to pass, right side, rolling out, pump fakes, now will take off and run, and brought down right at the 6. Boy, what a job defensively by Treg Whitaker. Wasn't faked out on the pump fake at all, and brings down Beck right where he stood.
And Dace Jones went and stood right on the goal line and was open for a split second, but it was a nice decision by Peyton Beck not to throw it as the defender got there just in time. He really had nowhere else to go with it.
And Beck ends up losing a yard on that play as Whitaker was like a statue, just stayed right in place and said, yeah, I'm gonna bring you down now, all right?
That's assignment football right there. His assignment was don't leave him.
Well, one guy making the grade then.
One guy.
With his assignment.
One guy, at least, right?
Right. Oakley takes that timeout. So 50 seconds to go before halftime now. 12-8 Oakley lead. Each side has 1 timeout remaining. It's a 3rd and goal from the 7-yard line for the Hornets. I feel like this is March Madness where the last minute is taking 6 or 7.
Honey, it's only a minute left in the game. I'll take the trash out then. Exactly.
2 hours later. Well, went to quadruple overtime.
What do you want from me?
I said when the game was over. All right, so here we go. 3rd and goal from the 7 for Oakley, leading by – this is a big – these next 2 plays, if Oakley doesn't score here, are huge because Raft River gets the ball to start the second half. 2 receivers left, tight end to the right, tailback to the left. Beck back to pass, looking to the end zone. Dace Jones caught over the middle for an Oakley touchdown.
And Dace Jones did almost exactly what he did on the previous play. Made a move, cut, turned his back to the end zone, and then just kind of scooted along sideways right on the baseline, so to speak, right on the goal line. Was open, fired a strike right to his midsection, caught it, touchdown.
7-yard connection from Peyton Beck to Dace Jones. That's Beck's 3rd touchdown of the half. 2 through the air, 1 on the ground. Makes it 18-8 Oakley with 46 seconds to play before halftime. And again, they will line up and go for 2, try and extend the lead out to 12. Handoff, no, they fake the handoff to Bingham, floated to the end zone right side, caught by Torabao for the 2-point conversion.
That was a big 2 points. They did not convert their previous 2 2-point conversion tries, so they've left 4 points on the field. They're able to get it there, make it a 12-point game, with only 46 seconds left in halftime, or in the first half.
So 20-8, Oakley leads by 12. That is a 2-score lead. And the way these teams play, that's more like a 3-score lead.
Oh, you're exactly right. You know, a lot of times in a lot of teams, especially in the 8-man, you go, well, you know, it's only 12 points. But, gosh, to come back on teams, especially you're in the championship, you know, your opponent is here for a reason just like you are. It's because you're good. Good on offense, and sometimes you're even better on defense. And so, you know, you almost have to rely on the other team making a mistake, which is not as likely at this stage of the game, right?
Now Raft River, you know, they saved that one timeout. They're hoping for a good return here, 46 seconds to work with. You know, trying to go 2 for 1, and that would only tie it potentially, right?
But great. You can only get one touchdown at a time, right? It's not Rock and Jock where you've got a 25-point mark. You can shoot. You're probably too young for Rock and Jock, aren't you?
I am, yes. But
so I like working with Scott Spurgeon. he's almost, you know, he's around 50 like I am, and we go, oh yeah, Rock and Jock.
He's in your bracket
he is.
For the age. Here's a line drive kick. That will go into the end zone for a touchback. So Whitaker, you know, had a chance at maybe a good return for Raft River, but Oakley smartly did a line drive kick.
Yep.
And instead, Raft River will have it 1st and 10 from their own 20. 46 seconds to play before halftime. One timeout to work with. Down 20-8.
And for Raft River, that ball going into the end zone was probably a gift. If he would have picked it up, that Oakley special team defense was all over him. And so starting at the 20, not bad. 46 seconds left. You can do a lot in 46 seconds.
Tate Whitaker will have 2 receivers to either side of the formation. And again, Oakley only going to rush 2 guys. They're going to say, try and find a window. Whitaker back to pass, throws over the middle on a slant. It's broken up. Dace Jones, and also in there on the play for Oakley to pop it out was Bridger Duncan as they were trying to go to Tracy on a slant on the right side. He had it and then fell out of his hands on the hit.
He almost had it long enough, but just not quite.
And now for Raft River, Tate Whitaker has misfired on his last 3 passes.
Yeah.
Needing a completion here just to get some rhythm back. 2nd and 10 for Raft River from their own 20, working right to left. 42 seconds to play before halftime. Low snap. Whitaker stepping up. Now will decide to throw back across his body. It's caught at the 25-yard line up to the 30 and the 31 for a first down as Tegan Whitaker made that reception. Now Tate Whitaker took off to the left, thought about running, and then at the last moment spun and threw it back across the field to Tegan Whitaker.
The defense followed him, which allowed Whitaker to be wide open, middle of the field.
1st and 10 from the 32 following the 12-yard completion. Whitaker dancing around. We're down to 15 seconds to play before halftime. Whitaker now going to just take off and run, trying to get to the sideline. He didn't. Brought down at the 36-yard line. We're down to 8 seconds to play, and Raft River will spend that final timeout with just 6 seconds to go before halftime. Man, Raft River took a lot of time off the clock there, and Whitaker didn't get out of bounds on that right side.
Yeah, that was thanks to Torbow. That nice solo tackle as Whitaker went to that far side, hoping to either get out of bounds or cut it up for the first down. Torbow was right there on top of him.
So now if you're Raft River, you try and draw up a gadget play. Whitaker probably doesn't have enough time to get it to the end zone. And Oakley, you know, it's a contrast in defensive styles.
Right.
Raft River has pretty routinely rushed 4 guys and taken their chances on getting home to the quarterback. Oakley pretty consistently has only rushed 2, and they said, hey, try and find a window to throw it into. We dare you.
Yeah, and that's what they're doing here. There's 2 guys on the ball. Secondary 5 guys, and then a safety back at midfield.
So we'll see what kind of trick play Raft River's drawn up here with 6 seconds to go before halftime in the 1A D1 state championship game. Raft River trailing 20-8. Ball is at their own 36-yard line. More than likely, this will be the final play of the first half. 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. Spencer in motion right to left. Quarterback keeper for Whitaker will take off and run and gets out of bounds with 1 second on the clock. Okay. Now this next play will be the last play of the first half, barring a penalty of some kind, as he's able to take it up to the 42-yard line for a gain of 6.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly that accomplished. You know, you got the first down, stop the clock, but now you've got 1 second, and you've got 58 yards to go.
Maybe it's a little closer for him to try and throw a deep ball. We'll see. 4 wide again, 2 to either side, 1 second to play before halftime. From the 36-yard line, Whitaker pump fakes. Now we'll just take off and run. Across the 50, the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, and slithering to the 25-yard line where the first half will conclude. Ends up being a gain of 41 yards, but ultimately all for naught.
You talk about trick plays. The best one was back in 2016. I was up at the Kibbe Dome, state championship, 1A D2s. Kendrick versus Salmon River. Salmon River ended up winning 22-20, but it was third or fourth and forever, like 30-some-odd yards. And Charlie Shepard, head coach of Salmon River, drew up the globe of death, where the hike it, everybody kind of gathers around in a ball. No one knows who has it, and then they break. And one guy's got it. It was you could always expect something cool from Coach Shepard up there at Salmon River.
And that was the play. It was called the Globe of Death.
Called the Globe of Death, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well,
good times.
Not a globe of death, but a hornet's nest of problems in the first half for Raft River as Oakley leads 20-8 here at halftime of the 1A D1 state championship game. We'll take a break, come back with the halftime show, first half stats, and our keys to victory. We'll check in and see how each side is doing. You're listening to the 2021 Idaho High School Football Championships and the 1A D1 state championship game on IdahoSports.com.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
You've heard it before. There is no I in team, but there is an I in dairy. Dairy foods are a great source of protein, which is vital for helping rebuild and repair muscles after exercise, so your body can be at the top of its game at your next competition. So grab some milk, cheese, or yogurt after you work out, train, or play. Yes, it's true. There is no I in team, but there is an I in win. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest. A secret hideout. Thanks for being there, just when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Perform, refuel, recover, repeat. It's the recipe for success in any kind of sport, and dairy can be a key ingredient in every one of those steps. Dairy foods supply your body with high-quality protein to rebuild and repair muscle, carbohydrates to help you refuel, and fluid and electrolytes to help you rehydrate. So your personal recipe for greatness can be perform, win, repeat. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
It is halftime here at Holt Arena on the campus of Idaho State University in Pocatello. Brandon Bainey alongside Paul Kingsbury at halftime of the 1A D1 state championship game. It is Oakley, the defending champions, on top of Raft River, 20-8. Each team's cheerleaders / dance team performing halftime routines. I believe this is Raft River, and they're dressed like construction workers. They've got the bright orange vests. They've got the traffic cones out there. They've got the stop and slow down signs. I like the originality.
Well, and the freeway, just, when you get from Raft River to the freeway to Pokey or to Twin, it's been under construction for the last 10 years. So they probably just went and borrowed these cones and stuff from all the construction workers that aren't using them because they're not actually finishing the freeway.
They did finally get that project finished, but it looks like they're getting ready to start another one. So, it's been slow and at times stopping for Raft River in that opening half as they trail 20-8 to Oakley. Let's recap the scoring. It started with Oakley and a 47-yard touchdown run by Peyton Beck. The 2-point run was no good, and it was 6-0 Oakley after a quarter of play. On to the second quarter. Raft River gets the equalizer as Tate Whitaker throws a 5-yard touchdown pass to Seth Tracy. He then throws the 2-point conversion pass to one of the offensive linemen, Ladd Hansen, and Raft River led 8-6 with 9:31 to play before halftime. But then Raft River, a couple of 3-and-outs. Oakley's able to take advantage. A 53-yard touchdown pass from Peyton Beck to Bryce Sevier. And then on the 2-point conversion, they tried to pass it on a jump pass to Sevier again. He got injured, didn't return, and as we looked on the sideline, it looked like he had taken off the shoulder pads. So we'll see if he returns, but right now it's not looking good. And then Oakley led 12-8, and then right before halftime with 46 seconds to play in the half, Peyton Beck from 7 yards out finds Dace Jones for the touchdown, and this time Oakley converts the 2 for the first time as Beck hits Torabau for the 2-point conversion. So Oakley in command here as we take a look at the first half stats. And again, these are unofficial stats. Might be a yard or two somewhere that we
If you kept them, I'm going to trust them. I'm going to say they're official.
That's right. I'm your trusted source.
Absolutely.
All right. Total yardage in the first half. Oakley had 86 yards on the ground, 147 yards through the air. That's 233 yards of total offense. Raft River actually not far behind, 139 yards on the ground, 69 yards through the air, 208 yards of total offense. So Oakley at 233, Raft River at 208. Yardage similar, but Oakley's been able to cash in on their drives. Raft River has not.
And cashing in on those drives is something that you were definitely looking for in the pregame.
Yes, one of our keys to victory. We'll get to those in just a second. Individually in the first half for Oakley, Peyton Beck, 8 carries, 65 yards and a touchdown. Ethan Torabau, 7 carries for 21 yards. Bryce Sevier, 2 carries for 1 yard. Houston Bingham, 1 carry for 0 yards. And Isaac Cranny, 1 carry for -1 yard. What a first half for Peyton Beck, 12 of 15 for 147 yards and 2 touchdowns. 1 touchdown went to Bryce Sevier. He has 1 catch for 53 yards in the touchdown. The other one went to Dace Jones, 5 catches for 36 yards and a touchdown in that opening half. Ethan Torabau had 3 catches for 28 yards. Isaac Cranny had 2 catches for 25 yards. And Briggs Sagers, 1 catch for 5 yards. For Raft River in the opening half, it is Tate Whitaker, the quarterback, leading the way. 7 carries, 67 yards. Cole Spencer right behind, 6 carries for 64 yards. Alex Murillo has 2 carries for 8 yards. Thane Lockmiller, 2 carries for 1 yard. And Tegan Whitaker, 1 carry for -1 yard. Tate Whitaker, 4 of 8 passing in the opening half, 69 yards and the touchdown. The touchdown went to Seth Tracy. He's got 2 catches for 20 yards and the score. And Tegan Whitaker has 2 catches for 49 yards. So, Paul, with Oakley leading 20-8 here at halftime, let's revisit our keys to victory. And let's start with Oakley, since they're the team that's leading at halftime. Break it down for us, Paul. How they doing?
Well, it started fast. They started fast, and they kind of kept it on. You know, once you have your foot on the gas, you don't let up. Not in the championship game. You got your foot on the throat, so to speak. You don't take it off until you absolutely have to, because there's nothing worse than, starting fast and then saying, "Oh, we got this, guys. Let's hold off," and letting them come back.
How about our second key?
Protect the quarterback. They've done a good job.
I mean, Beck is 12 of 15 passing.
Yep.
He's had a clean pocket most of the time.
And he didn't start missing until you mentioned how good he was throwing. So they gave him the commentator's curse there in the second quarter. So I definitely blame you. So, being that accurate, 12 out of 15, you can't do that without time, setting your feet, looking at your target, and not worrying about what's coming behind you. Once you get sacked a couple of times, once your linemen start letting those linebackers come through, that adds another 2 or 3 things you have to think about besides your job.
And I'll say it's not only the linemen protecting the QB, but it's the coaching staff for Oakley. Raft River has been aggressive with the blitz, and Oakley has counteracted that with some well-timed screen passes. So the coaching and the play calling is also protecting the quarterback. How about our third key?
Well, avoiding penalties. And we talked about having that 7-man officiating crew. How is that going to play into this needing to avoid penalties? And coming into it, Raft River in the first half, 6 penalties. Oakley, just 3. So they avoided the penalties. They had a fairly costly one when they were pinned right in front of their own end zone. Ended up being like a 3rd and 9, 4th and 9 situation. They got out of it, so it didn't hurt them that much. So 3 penalties in the first half. If I'm them, I'm taking it. I'm taking it and saying, good job. Not even something we need to talk about at halftime.
I think they got 2.5 out of 3, really. That's like a B in the first half.
Oh, it's a solid B plus maybe.
Yeah,
right?
B plus. Let's do it for Oakley. Now for Raft River. They find themselves down 20-8. Their keys to victory. Break it down for us, Paul.
Control the line. I think they're doing a decent job of that. Getting, they're not getting a lot of runs through the middle, so to speak. They're getting clamped up. Cash in on every drive, not happening. Not happening at all. So that it's, we'll grade him at the end, but that's not even a solid Tommy Boy D plus on that one. Cashing in on that.
And back to the first one, control the line. Raft River did rush for 139 yards in that opening half. And for the most part, against the run of Oakley, they held them to 86 yards on the ground. So it does seem like they're holding the line. Where they've gotten burned are big plays.
The big plays.
Caused by blitzing and or players out of position. I agree with you. Cash in on every drive. They haven't done that. Just 8 points up on the scoreboard, and they had 4 or 5 possessions in that opening half. What about our third key?
Don't lose Dace Jones. They lost Dace Jones a few times, and it resulted in that touchdown right at the goal line. You can't lose him, and unfortunately, even if you try, you're still going to lose him. So really, you can't beat him. You can only hope to contain him. Is the kind of scenario. So I think if they change it to try not to lose Dace Jones, they got a passing grade on that. So I think they've done the best they can as far as not losing Dace Jones, but you're not going to contain him every play. And when you don't, he makes you pay.
Yeah, Dace Jones, 5 catches, 36 yards, and the touchdown in the opening half. I'll give a half a point there because on defense, Dace Jones has really only been on 1 or 2 stops. So defensively, they have kind of avoided Dace Jones when they can. So, but for Raft River, the 3 keys here, I'd say 1.5 of the 3 they've accomplished in that first half. Now, Raft River does get the ball to start the second half, and a score could put them right back in the game. But as we talked about, cash in on every drive, that becomes even more critical in this second half because, again, that was a fast-moving first half.
It was.
Neither side had more than 4 or 5 possessions apiece, and so every drive will be critical. And not only now does Raft River have to cash in on every drive, they've got to get a stop somewhere too.
They have to cash in on this opening kickoff. Have to. It doesn't matter how long it takes, whether they run it back or they take 8 minutes off the clock in the third quarter. They have to score on this drive without letting Oakley get another score before they do. They have to make it at least 14 or 16 to 20, get it back within 1 score, and then they can kind of get back into their game plan and get back into it. 20 to 8, it's one of those really deceptive scores, I like to call it. 20 to 8, you look at it and go, man, they're down, really far. But, 1 touchdown, all of a sudden it's 14 or 16 to 20, and you look at it and go, oh, yeah, we got ourselves a game here. So 1 touchdown, they're back in it, but this opening drive is definitely the one they have to cash in on above all else here in the second half.
Yeah, everything is going to become so critical in this second half of action as we are just about ready to go for the third quarter kickoff. It will be Oakley kicking off to Raft River. The defending champion Hornets leading 20 to 8, looking for back-to-back state titles. It would be the 2nd state championship for head coach Brennan Jones, and it would be the 5th state title in school history, along with the teams from 1985, 2007, 2009, and, of course, last year in 2020. For Raft River, on the deck a little bit here. Head coach Chad Evans looking for his first career state title, and for Raft River, looking for their 6th championship in program history, 86, 95, 02, 04, and 2016, the last time Raft River tasted victory.
Cranny Farms is a proud supporter of Oakley Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck at state this week. And go Hornets from Cranny Farms. And Raft River Rural Electric is proud to support Raft River and wants to wish the Trojans the best of luck on their journey back to another state championship. Good luck from Raft River Electric.
So here we go. Oakley will be kicking off. Raft River's Tegan Whitaker stands at his own 15-yard line ready to return. Raft River will be working right to left in this third quarter of action. Line drive kick. Bounces at the 20 to the 15, and that's where Whitaker will scoop it up. Now trying to reverse the other way across the 20 and spinning at the 25-yard line. A return of 6. And 1st and 10 for Raft River starting at their own 25-yard line.
It was only 6, but it was an important 6. He picked it up right on the sideline. I wasn't sure if his foot was on the out-of-bounds line. Luckily, it wasn't. Got 6 yards, so that pushes him right at the 26-yard line. So good field position here on the left hash. That they got a lot of room to the right side, but they have to move the football.
Got to start being a little more consistent, especially in the passing game. Tate Whitaker completed 50% of his passes in that opening half. 3 receivers bunched to the left side. Whitaker alone out of a shotgun. Quarterback keeper off the right side. Whitaker started right, now trying to go back to the middle, and is able to get to the 30 and stretch out to the 31-yard line. Coming up to make the stop, Ethan Torabau, and again, trying to beat Oakley to the edge. Not a winning proposition as the Hornets' speed zipped out to the perimeter. Whitaker did a nice job of cutting it upfield and picking up 5.
One thing that Raft Rivers had to do in this game, we just saw it right there, is improvise more than I think they'd like to. They'd like to just run their play, run their routes. Instead, they get to their route and go, oh, shoot, I'm going to have to go back left, go back right.
2nd and 5. Handoff left side for Cole Spencer. And Spencer keeping with it across the 35, down to the 36-yard line and a first down.
So moving the chains, that's what they needed.
Ends up being a gain of 7 on the carry, and it's 1st and 10 for Oakley, or excuse me, for Raft River from their own 38-yard line. Spencer and Tate Whitaker doing the heavy lifting in the run game. Thane Lockmiller, just 2 carries on the night. Same with Murillo. 1st and 10, I formation for Raft River this time. Spencer again gets the carry off the left side across the 40 and up to the 43-yard line. Knocked out of bounds that time by Porter Pickett.
Spencer picks up, looks like about just over 5 yards, about 6. It'll be 2 and a long. Well, no, they just moved it. Went from 2 and a long 4 to 2 and a short 4 right at the 44-yard line.
So a gain of 6 for Cole Spencer. 2nd and a long 4?
I'm going to go short 4 at this point.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, short 4. Sounds like golf.
Not sure it matters, but.
From their own 44, Murillo started left, worked right, in trouble, and just got back to the line of scrimmage. How Murillo pulled that off, I'll never know. And again, Dace Jones and Porter Pickett comboing on the stop. And he even got a yard, they'll say.
You know, they combined on the tackle, but Hayden Hunter was the guy who was standing right at the line of scrimmage when he came through, and he didn't even really make the tackle. He just stood there and forced him to change direction.
Had to improvise again, like you've said.
Intimidated.
Right? 3rd and 3, fullback handoff. Lockmiller across the 50 has the first down to the Oakley 48-yard line. So they give a quick hitter to the fullback Lockmiller that time. He picks up 5 and a first down.
You know, I'm surprised they haven't gone to Lockmiller a little bit more here in this, first half plus 2 minutes. And coming into it, he's the one that's been able to get the yards. So I say keep going back to Lockmiller.
1st and 10 for Raft River from the Oakley 48, working quickly. Pitch to the left side. This is Cole Spencer driven back. Who else but Dace Jones in on the tackle.
And the Raft River fans a little bit upset, and I don't blame them. Oakley got their player off to the sideline late. He still took about 2 steps off the field when the ball was hiked. There should have been a penalty on that.
Okay, missed opportunity. Oakley says, we'll take it.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I was just waiting for the flag to come because he ran right by the side official, like right by him.
And you saw Raft River trying to snap that ball quickly, and because of that, the play was kind of discombobulated from the start. Spencer picks up 2. 2nd and 8. Whitaker play action, slinging it right side. It is bobbled and caught at the 45-yard line of Oakley by Tegan Whitaker. A gain of only a yard.
And Whitaker gets up and kind of slaps his helmet like he's upset, but that ball was thrown really low. There's really nothing else he could do. If he wanted to catch that ball, he wasn't going to get any yards because he had to go down to the turf to catch it.
It's Tate throwing it to his relative Tegan. It's 3rd and 7 now for Raft River from the 45-yard line of Oakley.
Imagine those Thanksgiving Day pickup games out in the front yard, huh?
A lot of fun. Thanksgiving, of course, next week. 2 receivers, right low, snap, Whitaker, ball came out. Jones forced the fumble. It's scooped up by Oakley's Hayden Hunter. Hunter's going to return this all the way for a Hornets touchdown.
We called Hayden Hunter's name a couple of times, intimidating on defense. This time, the football gods say, listen, you've been doing a great job. We're going to have Dace Jones come in, cause a fumble. You're right, big scoop and score as the big guy takes it all the way in for a touchdown. And Raft River was on the move. They needed a score. Instead, a big turnover, another 6 points on the board for the Hornets.
Dace Jones, absolutely. It was a low snap back to Tate Whitaker, and by the time he picked it up and looked up, Dace Jones was there saying, Heidi ho, neighborino. Blows up the play, forces the fumble. Hayden Hunter scoops it up and takes it 45 yards for an Oakley touchdown, 26-8. Hornets with 8:17 to play in the third.
Senior lineman Hayden Hunter, that's going to stick in his mind for quite a few years after this, huh?
I mean, that is one for the memory book.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Oakley going to line him and go for 2. Penalty flags come out, and play of game against Oakley as the quarterback Beck was late getting the play from the sideline. So with 8:17 to play here in the third, 26-8 Oakley. They'll now go for 2 from the 7.
Only the 4th penalty for Oakley.
Under center again, that deep I formation. Beck will fake it as time, slinging to the flat left side. That is caught by Bingham into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Houston Bingham, the 6-foot junior, caught the ball at about the 4-yard line, right about the 6-yard line, had to turn, run it in. And now they're Well, they're batting .500 on 2-point conversions, 28-8, up by 20 now, 8:17 in the third quarter.
I mean, this is like a game of chess, and Oakley it's almost like they know what Raft River is going to do, and they're ready to anticipate it. So,
Mount Harrison Audiology and Hearing Aids in Rupert provides affordable, appropriate, personalized, and truly local hearing health care. The Pickup family is grateful to be able to serve the Mini-Cassia area and want to wish the Oakley boys good luck in tonight's game. Call to make an appointment today at Mount Harrison Audiology and Hearing Aids in Rupert, 208-312-0957, or visit them online at mountharrisonaudiology.com. Cranny Farms, another big supporter of all the Oakley student athletes, especially tonight as the boys are playing for a state championship. Good luck from Cranny Farms.
So, 8:17 to play in the third, 28-8. Oakley with a 20-point lead, trying to go back-to-back here in the 1A D1 ranks, and it's going to be a tough mountain to climb for Raft River.
And this might be the toughest classification this year to go back-to-back on. Just so many good teams.
It was a minefield to be sure. Kick hauled in by Tegan Whitaker at the 15, across the 20. Started right, now working back up to the middle, runs into his own guy, is able to break out of it at the 30-yard line, and up to the 31 is Tegan Whitaker.
Yeah, he ran right into Benny Smith, who kind of set a screen on his own player and was able to get away from him. Luckily picked up another 3 yards. So going to start things off at the 32-yard line. Could have been a lot worse for him.
So the last time Raft River had the ball, Tate Whitaker fumbles. Hayden Hunter scoops it and takes it 45 yards for an Oakley defensive touchdown. Raft River pretty much has to score on every drive now with 8:06 to play in the third. 4 wide, 2 to either side. Whitaker alone. Low snap again. Will take off and run on a quarterback draw. The 35, the 40. Gets a block from Spencer out on the edge. The 45 and wrestled down out of bounds at the 48-yard line on the far sideline by Peyton Beck, the opposing quarterback.
Yeah, ball was snapped in the left hash. He took that ball, quarterback draw, right up the middle, and then darted to that right sideline. Instead of trying to pick up, north-south, he went a lot of east-west on that. Got the first down. It's not, complaining about a first down, but
how snooty.
Very snooty of me.
That's a gain of 16 for Tate Whitaker, and I think that's what he has to do. If Oakley's going to continue to only rush 2 guys, if you see a lane, take off and run for it. 1st and 10 for Raft River from their own 48, working right to left in this third quarter. Spencer in motion right to left. Whitaker looking for a deep ball down the middle. It is intercepted at the 30-yard line by Peyton Beck.
And Peyton Beck saw that coming because Tate Whitaker gave a little hitch, hoping Lockmiller would get a little bit open, but instead he got a little bit less open, and Beck was able to just come right up underneath the football and pick it off.
So Peyton Beck coming away with the interception on defense, and you're right, and the spacing was weird. You had 2 Raft River receivers running go routes and 3 Oakley defenders. I mean, there were 5 guys. It was like a pickup basketball game.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
There were 5 guys in the area. So following that interception by Peyton Beck, he will now get to work on offense for the Hornets. This is the first time Oakley has the ball offensively here in this second half. They're working left to right with 7:51 to play in the third. 1st and 10 from their own 29. Option play left side. Beck fakes the pitch across the 35 up to the 37-yard line, a gain of 8.
Well, and you just tell Peyton Beck, he's got that, that Michael Jordan zone feel, where the basket is, 3 feet wide. He is just looking at this field going, I can do whatever I want. This is the kind of game where his brain is absolutely focused, his body's in tune, and he's able to do exactly what he's been trained and coached to do.
And you ask the Oakley coaches, he's been in that mode for the entire postseason. They really have not been challenged at all in these playoffs. Here's a screen pass left side, caught by Bingham, the 45, the 50, the 45 of Raft River, and all the way down to the Trojans' 39-yard line for a first down.
And a big block by Hayden Hunter to free him up, get another 5 or 6 yards out of the end of that play. And right back to the line.
A gain of 24 from Beck on that passing play. Screen pass left side, caught at the 35-yard line of Raft River. That is Sagers, the tight end, taking it to the Raft River 34 for a gain of 5. So Briggs Sagers with the reception that time.
So 2nd and
4, they'll call it.
Yep. Clock's running.
Gain of 6. We're down to 6:30 to play in the third. Two receivers right side, tight end to the right as well. Low snap, bobbled by Beck. Picks it up at the 40. Now will take off and run to the 31 and brought down there by Cole Spencer. 3rd and short.
Cole Spencer, the junior, a bright spot there on the defense. Hit him hard, brought him down.
As Beck is able to pick up 2 yards there.
3rd down and 2.
Well, we'll call it, 3rd and 2. 3rd and 2 for Oakley.
Call it whatever you want. This is audio only, my friend.
That's right. I could be lying and nobody would know. Except we've got Logan Green on our social media accounts providing a visual commentary of what's going on. Speaking of visuals, Peyton Beck using good visuals to pick up the first down as he runs off the left side to the Raft River 25.
Nice little spin move to try to break free. Unfortunately, he was dropped right at the 25.
And you can kind of feel it here with 5:50 to play in the 3rd. Oakley's going for the dagger here up 28-8.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
2 receivers right. Beck rolling out right side, slings, caught at the 20 to the 15. Dace Jones, another first down.
Dace Jones, a nice pickup, and he's running, and the defender behind him, Cole Spencer, really didn't have a chance to tackle, so he just kind of reached out and pushed him, throwing him off balance. Pushed him about 3 more yards downfield, but at least brought him down.
Gain of 11. It's 1st and 10 for Oakley. Ball at the Raft River 14-yard line. 5:25 to go on the 3rd. Beck, toss play to Torabal left side. Penalty flag comes out. This will be a blocking infraction against the Hornets. With 5:18 to go in the 3rd. So we'll see how far they mark this one off. It's holding against Oakley. 28-8, Oakley lead. 5:18 to play in the 3rd. This will move it all the way back to the 28-yard line of Raft River, where it'll be 1st down and 24. 2 receivers right, tight end to the right as well. Beck back to pass on 1st and 24. In trouble, trying to dance his way out of danger, and will be brought down at the 34-yard line.
Davin Jones came from behind, took advantage of the situation and just wrapped him up and took him to the turf.
Beck loses 6 on the sack by Davin Jones. It's now 2nd down and 30 for Oakley. 4:45 to play in the 3rd. Hornets are like, we're up 28-8 though, so.
Still a long way.
3 receivers in the pattern. Screen pass caught by Bingham at the 30, the 25. The 20 broke a tackle. The 15, the 10, the 5. Into the end zone for a 34-yard Oakley touchdown. Bingham would not be denied, and that could be the death blow.
And another big block opening him up by Hayden Hunter. Freed him up in a great piece of running. You're right, puts him up 34-8. And that is a very steep hill to climb with only a quarter and a half left in this championship game.
Beck, it's his 3rd touchdown pass of the night, although if we're being fair, it's the receivers that are doing most of the work, right?
Yes.
Beck from 34 yards away to Houston Bingham for the first time tonight. They'll go for 2. They'll run it off the right side, and they will not get it.
Yeah, Torabal really didn't have much of a chance as he just got absolutely dropped on by about 4 or 5 different defensemen. So 4:31, score remains 34-8. We'll keep it right here and thank Clark's for Shopping for over 90 years. Clark's for Shopping has been the place to go in Oakley for all your grocery, produce, dairy, and now hot stuff pizza. From the entire friendly staff at Clark's for Shopping, good luck, Hornets. And AMI Supply provides agricultural and industrial equipment for tools in the Burley area. Their friendly staff will help you find the tools you need for any project, and they guarantee you'll be satisfied with their service. Give them a call at 678-4632 or stop by at 719 Overland Avenue in Burley. AMI, huge supporter of the local student athletes and very proud of their team. AMI is cheering on the Oakley Hornets in tonight's game. Also want to thank Hansen's Hub right there in Malta. They've got everything you need. Their market is stocked daily with items you need to get through your day, like snacks, drinks, groceries, and more. Get homemade sandwiches at their deli or even fresh pizza. Hansen's Hub, proud to be part of the local community they serve, and wish the Trojans good luck in tonight's game.
Oakley ready to kick off. Isaac Cranny to boot away. 2 return men back deep for Raft River. Looks like Spencer and Tegan Whitaker standing at their own 15. Another line drive kick, and it goes past Whitaker inside the 10, down to the 5. He's got to pick it up at the 4. And trying to hurdle a defender. He gets popped at the 16-yard line. Multiple flags come out as Dace Jones got tied up on the far side with Mason Whitaker of Raft River. So you're going to have a penalty on the hurdle attempt because it wasn't really a situation that called for it. He jumped before the defender got there. And then I didn't see what happened with Dace Jones and Mason Whitaker, but 2 flags came out. Those might be offsetting.
They just got tied up. Intentionally tied up. One on the ground, one on top. But yeah, the hurdle attempt, and the defender wasn't even on the ground. He was standing straight up, and he just jumped right into him.
Well, Tegan Whitaker, he's had a tough night fielding kicks because Oakley is just kicking it on the ground. So Raft River says, we're going to put Cole Spencer back there, give you a little help. And the two of them don't communicate, and the ball rolls right between the two of them, and Whitaker's got to go get it back at the 4-yard line. So this is just very uncharacteristic of a Raft River team that's usually simpatico.
Yeah, exactly.
So penalty against Raft River on the hurdle. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Oakley. And I think that's it. I don't think Raft River got called for an unsportsmanlike conduct. I only saw the one against Oakley. So, well, they must have. They must have offset them. And well, nope. Okay, so they marked back the yardage for the hurdling call, took it back to the 7, and now the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty will move it up to the 23-yard line of Raft River. So for the Trojans, it works out okay.
It works out more than okay.
For Oakley, trying to avoid those penalties.
Trying to avoid the penalties.
Now they're up 34-8, but still. 1st and 10 for the Trojans, starting from their own 23-yard line. Pretty much half the pass here. 4 receivers, 2 to either side. And it starts with a quarterback keeper off the left side to the 27. Minimal yardage gain for Tate Whitaker closer to a gain of 6 for Tate Whitaker.
Daniel Gonzalez in on that, as was Porter Pickett. It's a whole nest of Hornets in on that one.
Nice. Been waiting to use that, haven't you?
1 per game. That's all I allow myself.
Well, you're like Spider-Man. Everybody gets 1.
Everybody gets 1. That's exactly right.
So 2nd and 5 for Raft River from their own 28-yard line. 3:45 to play in the 3rd. On the deck a little bit, down 34-8 here in the 1A D1 State Championship game. Toss to Cole Spencer off the left side. Takes it to the 30 for a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
So 3 yards left, but like you mentioned, right before that first play, they need to pass, and yet they've run 3 running plays. And meanwhile, seconds are just ticking off the clock that they can't afford to lose.
Well, and Raft River's not a team that, like Oakley, that spread it out and slung the ball around a bunch this year, right? They made their bones running the football. So at this point, it's hard to change who you are.
True.
Philosophically, but got to start working more quickly regardless. 3rd and 3 for Raft River. Split backs. They will fake it. Quarterback waggle play off the right side, the 35, the 40, the 45, and the 50, and brought down at the Oakley 44-yard line. That'll do for a 1st down, a gain of 34.
And he outran Ethan Torabel on that play, and that's not an easy thing to do. He went around to that outside edge and outran him and finally got pushed out of bounds.
They'll mark it back out of bounds at the 49-yard line, so a gain of 21 on the carry by Tate Whitaker. 2:51 to play in the 3rd. I formation, toss play right side for Cole Spencer, cuts to the 45, and brought down there. It'll be 2nd down.
Picks up about 5 yards on the play. They were on the 49, so if they spotted it at the 44, which I think they're going to do, nope, right in between.
So gain of 4 for Cole Spencer. Dace Jones in on that last tackle. 2nd and 6 for Raft River. Ball at the Oakley 45-yard line. 2:20 to play in the 3rd. Oakley leading 34-8. Two receivers right, single receiver to the left. Oakley blitzing this time. It's Dace Jones. Whitaker on the run, firing. It is in and out of the hands on the far side by Seth Tracy. Third down.
Tracy was all alone right at the first down mark, hit him in the hands. I think it was one of those where he thought he was closer to the out-of-bounds line than he was and kind of lost his balance when, sometimes you think you're close to a ledge and you're not, get a little off-balanced, and it just hit his hands and dropped. So what would have been a first down is now a 3rd and 5.
Meanwhile, Dace Jones showed blitz off the right side, and nobody touched him.
Nope.
3rd down and 6 for Raft River from the Oakley 45. Two receivers either side. Quarterback draw for Whitaker. The first down to the 40. Now cuts outside of the 35, the 30, the 25, the 20. Superman diving out of bounds. They'll say he stepped out back at the 24. But a gain of 21 and a first down.
And good blocking downfield again allowed for that big play to come to fruition as we near the 2-minute mark. Another first down. Raft River. Is it impossible? No. Is it hard? Yeah, it's going to be very, very hard.
2:04 to play in the third quarter. Raft River trailing 34-8. 1st and 10 from the Hornets 24. Toss play left side. Cole Spencer inside the 15. Down to the 13-yard line. Gain of 11 and another first down.
And that's another first down.
2 first downs in a row. You have to look at it and go, where was this, 7 minutes ago as we started the second half?
All on the ground for Raft River. And really the 2 turnovers in this second half are what has dug them this hole even deeper, right? The fumble by Whitaker and the scoop and score, and then the interception thrown to Peyton Beck. 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Direct snap to Whitaker, going to take off left side, ran into an Oakley defender, and he's brought down back at the 15-yard line. Daniel Gonzalez was on the ground for Oakley, and that's who Whitaker ran into first. And then Cooper Beck finished off the play.
Yeah, Cooper Beck, 5'10", 170, just a sophomore. On the line, coming up with the big play. Clock continues to run.
Down to 1:05 to play in the third. 34-8 Oakley. 2nd and 11 for Raft River from the Oakley 14-yard line. Trojans working right to left here in the final minute of this third quarter. Receiver to the right side, tight end to the right as well. And out of a pistol formation is Tate Whitaker with Murillo, the back. Whitaker, as all day, will take off and run up the middle, now bouncing to the outside. And great disciplined assignment football by Oakley as Whitaker doesn't gain any yardage. In on the tackle for the Hornets was Porter Pickett. He had time, and then all of a sudden, just like that, as he took off to run, Pickett with his lane integrity was able to make the tackle. No gain on the carry. 20 seconds to play in the third. It is 3rd down and 10 for Oakley from the 13-yard line, for Raft River from the 13-yard line of Oakley. We'll see if Raft River runs one more play here at the end of the third quarter. They've got a receiver out wide right. Actually now Murillo in the slot as well, and 3 receivers to the right side. Whitaker with 1 second to play in the third quarter. Rolling out, right side, on the run. Now stopping, firing. It is caught at the 5-yard line by Seth Tracy, down to the 4. That is enough for a first down.
I think it's going to be just a little short.
Maybe he's going to be a couple inches short. We'll sort it out as we move to the fourth quarter. After 3, it is Oakley leading Raft River 34-8.
AMI Supply provides agricultural and industrial equipment and tools for the Burley area. Friendly staff will help you find the tools you need for any project, and they guarantee you will be satisfied with their service. Call them today at 678-4632 or stop in at 719 Overland Avenue in Burley. AMI, huge supporter of Raft River and very proud of their football team. Thank you, AMI Supply. And Raft River Rural Electric is proud to support the Trojans tonight. Wants to wish them good luck in their state championship game. From Raft River Electric. And Oakley Valley Stone have been locally owned and operated since 1948. Oakley Valley Stone offers flooring supplies, patio stones, blocks, and tiles, and also provides custom cutting of blocks or stones. Call 208-862-3450 or visit them in person at 204 West Main Street in Oakley. Oakley Valley Stone is operated by Jim and Dave Birch and proudly supports Oakley Athletics. Good luck at State Boys from Oakley Valley Stone. And one more, for over 50 years, Hardy Farms in Oakley They've been growing some of the best spuds in Idaho. Hardy Farms, proud supporter of all the student athletes at Oakley High, especially tonight for the football team, wishing them good luck in the championship game.
Well, as we start the fourth quarter, up on the scoreboard, it says first down and 93 yards to go. I'm pretty sure that's not right.
Is that a problem?
Maybe. You are correct, Paul. It is going to be fourth down and 1 after the 9-yard completion from Whitaker to Tracy. So as we start the fourth quarter, Raft River now working left to right. It is 4th and 1 with the ball at the Oakley 4-yard line. Handoff right side. Cole Spencer has the first down to the 2. So 34-8 Oakley with 11:56 to play in the 1A D1 state championship game. Oakley trying to go back-to-back, which doesn't happen a lot at the 1A D1 level. Happens a lot at the D2 level, but
right.
D1 not so much. 2-yard gain on the carry by Spencer. First and goal from the 2. Whitaker trying to sneak it. And no whistle yet. Did he get down to the 1? We'll see. Boy, just a massive humanity piled up at the 2-yard line there. And usually they blow that play dead, and they will say Whitaker did get a yard. So, second and goal from the 1 with 11:30 to play. And Raft River again taking a lot of time, jogging in, getting the play from the sideline with 11:25 to go. Trying to get on the board here, down 34-8. Second and goal from the 1. Spencer, the single back. It's a pitch out to Spencer, right side, cuts it up into the end zone for a Raft River touchdown.
There they go. They get on the board, finally get the double digits. Make it 14-34. Again, every point matters. Down 20 now, can make it 18.
You know, if I were, you sound like a marketing guy, and that's the slogan for the Idaho high school football postseason. Every point matters. That's a good tag. It's a good slogan.
I'm gonna copyright that. Every point matters.
So it's Cole Spencer on a 1-yard touchdown run. Raft River lining up for 2. Spencer again, the deep back behind Whitaker under center. Back to pass, has time. Rolling out right side to the end zone. It is off the hands. Right in the back pylon on the near side of the end zone. They were trying to go to Thane Lockmiller. It goes off his hands, so the score remains 34-14 with 11:10 to play.
Pickett Ranch and Sheep Company has been family-owned and operated since 1882. It's over 130 years. Don, David, and Doug Pickett and families are proud to carry on the family tradition of being one of the best cattle and sheep ranchers in the Oakley area. They've been farming the land for over a century and plan to keep it that way for a long time to come. Pickett Ranch and Sheep Company proudly supports Oakley Athletics and wishes the team good luck tonight in the championship game. Of course, Brennan Jones Construction there in Oakley. They help you with your roofing, home repair, or new home construction, all your needs. Brennan Jones Construction proud to support this webcast and wishes the team good luck tonight.
And now that age-old question, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Do you kick it deep? Trust your defense? Do you go for the onside kick, knowing that if you don't get it, you're setting up your opponent in great field position?
You kick deep. You don't, I don't know, you don't onside kick unless it's like you have to have it with a minute. I mean, there's a certain situation, an end game scenario.
So we'll see.
I say kick it in the middle and try and return it there, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the actual old school onside kick.
Oakley ready, and it's going to be a poocher taken at the 38-yard line, and penalty flag comes out on the far side.
I think that's going to be on Raft River.
And now, if this moves it back, now you just kick deep, right?
Yep.
I think offsides against the Trojans.
Yep.
Man, so again, those keys to victory, all the things we said Oakley had to do or not do, Raft River is doing or not doing those things, right?
Yeah.
As confusing as that sounded.
They're going to say, man, I wish we would have known those keys to victory before the game.
Next time we're calling up Coach Bainey before the game. No.
That's exactly right.
No, thank you. 11:09 to play here. 34-14 Raft River. Line drive squibber, bobbled and fielded at the 47-yard line of Raft River. That's William Pregitzer who falls on it for Oakley.
So Oakley starts things off in Raft River territory, about the 47-yard line.
now we're to the point where 11:07 to play, Raft River down by 20. You can't just get stops like you need a takeaway.
Right.
You need a turnover of some kind. Right now, Oakley +2 in the turnover department tonight. And for Oakley, do they run the ball or do they continue to air it out? That's kind of their DNA this year. They're a team that likes to throw the ball. 2 receivers right, tight end to the left. Tailback is Torabau on the right hip of Peyton Beck. It's going to be an option play right side. Beck will keep at the 45. Penalty flag out across the 40 to the 39. Looks like it may be coming back. As it stands, a gain of 8 by Peyton Beck, but this is against the Hornets. Holding the call, 11:01 to play. And that'll be from the spot of the foul, which will move back quite a ways, 10 yards. Going to march it all the way back now to the Oakley 43-yard line, where it'll be first down and 20. And Raft River saying, see, we knew what we were doing when we went for that onside kick.
Yeah, we know what we're doing.
First and 20 for Oakley, 10:50 to play, up 34-14. Fake the handoff, quarterback keeper for Beck, the 45, the 50, still going, the 50, and down to the 40-yard line of Raft River. On first and 20, Beck picks up 17.
And Beck slow to get up, but then he's helped up by Tegan Whitaker. Nice job by that young man. But yeah, Beck taking a beating in this game. He's doing a lot. But against this Raft River team, they're big and strong.
4 wide, 2 to either side. Beck alone out of the shotgun. Low snap, bobbled for a moment. Beck going to take off across the 35, down to the 33. And another first down.
That time he was hit by Wesley Spratling. Or was that Blake Tracy?
Yeah, Seth Tracy down there on the stop. So Beck able to scramble ahead for a gain of 11. 10 minutes to play, and now an official timeout on the field. Equipment malfunction for Oakley. You know, we were talking about this on the 8-man prepcast this week, Will Henneke and I, and talking about, you know, who is the 1A D1 player of the year, right?
Yeah.
Every team. This is a crowded field this year.
Very, very much
And we
so.
talked about how, like, Raft River and Oakley have, like, 5 or 6 guys that all kind of subtract from each other because they're that loaded.
Yeah.
I think with the performance tonight and the way he's really played throughout the whole postseason, I think it's Peyton Beck's to lose now for Oakley.
Think so?
I really do. I really believe this entire postseason, both running and passing, he's been sensational.
Well, I guess we'll see. We'll see very soon.
We will. We'll find out probably next week. 9:50 to play in this ball game. On first and 10, it's a Wildcat play off the right side. This is Porter Pickett for the first time tonight, and Pickett will take it for a gain of a yard.
Looked like he got more than that. We got it, about right at a yard. So 2nd and 9, clock running. Boy, and Oakley not. Oakley taking their time on this play, but it's not like they're saying, you know what, we're going to run time off. They're playing their game.
Right. 9:20 and counting. 34-14 Oakley by 20. 2nd and 9. Beck back in there, going to sling it deep, looking for his man. It is caught at the 15-yard line, tumbling down to the 13 on the reception. Isaac Cranny for a first down.
Another great catch by Isaac Cranny. And you see Oakley passing there. 9 minutes left, up 34-14. Do you think there's a little bit extra edge when you're playing a conference opponent, conference rival for a state championship game?
I think so.
Think so?
Yeah. 19 yards to Cranny there. 1st and 10 from the 13. Wide open. Caught at the 10, the 5, and strutting into the end zone for an Oakley touchdown. That's Briggs Sagers, the tight end.
14-yard touchdown reception. 8:52 left on the clock, and now it's 40-14 pending that 2-point conversion.
First touchdown of the night for Briggs Sagers. And Oakley going to line up and go for 2 with 8:52 to go. This one pretty much put to bed. 2 receivers left side. Option play off the right side. Beck will take it in for 2. 42-14 Oakley with 8:52 to play. Complete and utter domination.
Well, Hanson's Hub in Malta has everything you need. Their market is stocked daily with items you need to get through your day, like snacks, drinks, groceries, and more. Get homemade sandwiches at their deli or even fresh pizza. Hanson's Hub is proud to be part of the local community they serve, and they're proud of the Trojans and the season they've had this year. That's Hanson's Hub in Malta. And Mount Harrison Audiology and Hearing Aids there in Rupert provide affordable, appropriate, personalized, and truly local hearing health care. Pickup family is grateful to be able to serve the Mini-Cassia area and want to wish all the student athletes good luck in tonight's game. Call to make an appointment today at Mount Harrison Audiology and Hearing Aids in Rupert, 208-312-0957, or visit them online at mountharrisonaudiology.com. That's mtharrisonaudiology.com.
You know, as Logan Green was driving over here tonight, he's going to be on the call for the second game tonight, the 2A state championship, doing some social media stuff for us in this first game.
Yeah.
You know, as he was driving over tonight, you know, we should have had him stop at Hanson's Hub to get some of that pizza, but I'm not sure anybody's there to run the store because I think everybody in Malta is here at Holt Arena.
It's all closed up. Guarantee it. He would have been at the window going, hello? Hello, anyone?
It's cold out here.
Let me in.
Well, 8:52 to play in this one, and Oakley on their way to back-to-back 1A D1 championships, leading Raft River 42-14. Cranny will kick off for the Hornets. This is a line drive kick this time over the head of Spencer. He's got to get it back to the 5 to retrieve it. To the 15, to the 20, the 25, breaking outside to the 30. Spencer, the 35, the 40, the 45, and a big collision with Cranny, the kicker, at the 48-yard line. So again, what looked like a busted kick return, Cole Spencer's able to take all the way up to the 48-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. And actually up to the 49.
Yeah, right near midfield, 8:40 on the clock. You know, right now it's just staying on the field, putting some points on the board, finishing strong.
Raft River just trying to, like you said, finish strong. 8:40 to play, down 42-14. 4 wide, 2 to either side. Quarterback draw for Whitaker. Caught from behind as he stumbles across the 50 to the Oakley 48-yard line. Good pursuit by Porter Pickett. Now, Porter Pickett, he wears number 11.
Yeah.
He's listed as a quarterback on the roster, and I think he'll be the quarterback next year. We saw him take that one snap when Peyton Beck had to leave the game. When he's not at quarterback, he's playing guard on the offensive line. And
yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well, he's number 11. It's just
yeah.
But this is a kid that's QB2, and he says, "Hey, you need me to play guard? I'll step in and play guard."
Yep.
That's what embodies this Oakley team. 2nd and 7. Whitaker clobbered as he throws downfield. Penalty flags out at the 15. Pass interference will be the call against Oakley as Seth Tracy was trying to come back and make a play on the ball. Meanwhile, Tate Whitaker got absolutely demolished. He's slow to get up, as is Ladd Hansen, his right guard.
He got his shoe knocked off.
Yeah. Oakley came on the pressure that time, and the pass ultimately falls incomplete.
Bridger Duncan on the pass defense, and he was mauling him, and when the flag was thrown, he kind of gave that incredulous, what? What?
I don't think so.
What are you talking about?
So, pass interference against the Hornets makes it 1st and 10. Ball is at the Raft River 33-yard line, or at the Oakley 33-yard line. And Whitaker on a QB keeper across the 25, down to the 24, a gain of 9. As Tate Whitaker continuing to just take what the defense gives him here. Down to 7:40 to play in this 1A D1 state championship. 42-14 Oakley lead. First of 2 games tonight. After this one is over, it'll be the 2A state championship game, Firth and West Side, right here in Holt Arena. 2nd and 1, handoff to Spencer up the middle, and Spencer down to the 22 for a first down.
Well, get a first down. Clock's going to run, but I'll tell you what, that opposite side is almost full. I don't think they're going to open this side tonight, so they're packing everybody in over there.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, and see if it pays off.
7:05 to play. 1st and 10 for Raft River from the Oakley 21-yard line. Tate Whitaker just running around out there like Patrick Mahomes, even wearing the number 15. Will take it across the 20 and finally brought down at the 18-yard line. A lot of running to pick up 5.
Yeah, and you saw him running, and he crossed the line of scrimmage, and he actually took a couple steps backwards, like, well, wait, I'm behind line of scrimmage again. Can I throw?
Yeah.
Thought better.
Take backsies, right? Closer to a gain of 4 on that play for Tate Whitaker. Makes it 2nd and 6 for Raft River from the 18-yard line of Oakley. 6:25 to play. I formation. Toss off to the right side. This is Alex Murillo to the 15. Blown up. Dace Jones and Daniel Gonzalez. So a gain of 3 that time to Murillo. And that's just his 4th carry of the night. Murillo with 4 carries. Lockmiller with 3. We're just not used to seeing that.
Yeah.
But really, I think it's been Oakley's game plan. Lockmiller has had to play in the slot a lot tonight because Raft River got behind and had to pass the ball a little more. I formation, toss play right side. Murillo again has blockers and inside the 10. They'll say he stepped out at the 11. Regardless, enough for a first down. Gain of 3 for Alex Murillo. 1st and 10 for Raft River. Ball is at the Oakley 12-yard line with 5:44 to play in the 1A D1 state championship game. 42-14 lead for the Hornets. Going to go back-to-back here in the 1A D1 ranks.
1A D2, it's going to be all the way Saturday. 1A D1's the first game of the championship weekend. 1A D2 is going to be the last.
Yeah, a little 8-man bookend action.
That's right.
1st and 10 from the 12. Whitaker over the middle, caught by Tracy inside the 10, inside the 5. Diving to the 1. Did he fumble that ball into the end zone?
Yes.
They are going to say Oakley recovers in the end zone. Briggs Sagers comes away with it, and Tracy is lying on his back at the goal line. He got absolutely rocked as he dove towards the end zone. He ultimately took it to the 1-yard line, so that's a gain of 11 on the pass from Tate Whitaker to Tracy. He then fumbled it into the end zone. Briggs Sagers recovered, and this is a tough situation to watch.
No, that's incredibly unfortunate. I mean, obviously the fumble, but to see a young man down with 5.5 left in a losing effort in a state championship. He is up. They're trying to help him off, but he's definitely not feeling too great right now, walking off.
Yeah, and Seth Tracy, one of the senior leaders of this Raft River team, and he got just rung up at the 1-yard line. So Briggs Sagers with the fumble recovery in the end zone with 5:32 to go. Oakley leading 42-14. They'll get the ball at their own 20 on the touchback.
Rain in Style, proud to be sponsor of all high school sports. Rain in Style provides custom alternatives to make you and your animals stand out in a crowd. Use coupon code IdahoSports with your order and get 10% off now, just in time for Christmas. Whether you need collars or leashes for your dog, beautiful tack for your horse, or a cool gift or decor item for you, Rain in Style can help you out. You can log on to raininstyle.com, grab life by the reins, and play hard tonight.
Oakley grabbing this game by the reins. It's a first down option play. Beck into the secondary, the 40, and brought down at the 45-yard line. That is a gain of 25 and a first down.
A one-handed tackle by Cole Spencer to bring him down, but I think Beck really didn't want to run anymore. He was just going to go down anyway, and Spencer just he's going to get credited with the tackle.
You're right. Beck was like, do I really want to push this?
He's midfield, 5 minutes left. They can totally run the clock out at this point.
I mean, spoiler alert, Peyton Beck's going to be our IdahoSports.com player of the game. Man. And like I said,
everybody just clicked off.
I think he's the clear favorite now for the 1A D1 player of the year. That's my opinion, my 2 cents. We'll see how that shakes out. A lot of good players, of course, on other teams.
You carry a lot of weight.
Yeah. Okay, that's a physique joke. I see what you did there. 1st and 10 for Oakley from their own 46-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Right to the 50-yard line is Daniel Gonzalez for the first time tonight.
So right at midfield. It's going to be 2nd and 6. And they're just good now. They're just taking their time, going to the sideline, getting a play. Clock's running.
Yep, 4:20 to play. I got nothing to add to that. You summed it up so succinctly.
Wow. Yep.
This is why you pay me the big bucks.
It is. It really is.
It's for that cutting-edge commentary. 2nd and 6 Back to pass, floating. One-handed grab by Gonzalez, but an equally impressive tackle at the 50-yard line by Raft River's Mason Whitaker. And ultimately no gain on the play.
And did you see Sagers down at about the 30-yard line, absolutely wide open? I thought they were going to go to him for an easy touchdown. Instead, they went to the right side for that completion. You're right, they actually lost about half a yard.
So Gonzalez with the reception. 3rd down and 6. Ball is at the 50-yard line. 3:25 to play. Oakley up 42-14. Hornet fans ready to celebrate. Back-to-back state championships and the 5th in school history. 3rd down and 7. Pump fake. Beck throwing short. Caught at the 47-yard line of Raft River by Dace Jones to make it 4th down and 2.
Waibanka Dairy is a proud supporter of Oakley Athletics. Proud of the great season they had. Go Hornets. From Waibanka Dairy.
So a 7-yard connection from Beck to Jones. Just the second grab for Dace Jones in this second half. But they haven't needed him, right? 4th down, and Oakley's going to punt here with 2:30 to play. I like this move.
Yeah.
It's a classy sign of respect. As Beck gets a line drive kickoff inside the 20, fielded at the 15 by Tegan Whitaker, and again, nowhere to go. It's been a tough night for Tegan Whitaker. Penalty flag comes out at the end of the play. Making the tackle for Oakley was Jackson Dillon, a sophomore, and not sure what the call is here.
And Bridger Duncan went high, but it looked like a clean hit, but we're going to say
personal foul head-to-head, helmet-to-helmet contact against Oakley with 2:18 to play.
And that would have been Duncan. Second man in on that tackle. Must have led with his head.
Yeah. Led with the crown of the helmet.
We do need to let you know that Kelly McGee has been roaming the sidelines tonight. There'll be a great gallery of action photos up on IdahoSports.com in the next day or two.
I used a photo from Kelly McGee for our semifinal preview on the website of Connor Simpson from Cary.
He's good.
From that semifinal round last week. He is awesome. Definitely want to check out the gallery. Here's a toss play right side. This is Tegan Whitaker across the 30 up to the 32-yard line. Gain of 1 for Tegan Whitaker.
Hit the 2-minute mark. As Gary Jones would say, this one is in the refrigerator. The butter's hard and the jello's jiggling.
My parents are those weirdos that keep their butter out all the time on the counter.
Yeah.
Nice soft butter.
So do we.
Handoff left side. There's the proper usage of a hurdle. Across the 35 by Lockmiller up to the 36-yard line. Down to 1:30 to play. That is a gain of 5 to make it 3rd and 4.
Well, UD Angus Plus in Rockland can fulfill all your cattle needs with Angus, Red Angus, or Black and Red Sim Angus available today from UD Angus Plus. Good luck to all the area teams.
1:10 to play, 42-14. Oakley leading in the 1A D2 championship game. Somehow Tate Whitaker cut that pass off as breathing down his neck was Briggs Sagers on the blitz. Somehow threw it at the feet of Tracy, incomplete. It's great to see Seth Tracy back out there as well after he was shaken up on that play at the goal line.
Yeah, so absolutely.
4th down following that incomplete pass.
West side ready to take the field on the in the tunnel.
And I'm sure Firth is on our side ready as well. And now you can hear the Oakley fans starting to make some noise on 4th and 4 for Raft River with 1:04 to play. I formation. Whitaker. Toss play to the right side. Didn't get there. Murillo stopped well short. He lost 2 yards on the carry. Oakley will take over on downs, and the celebration can begin.
Yes, it can. See the student section on the opposite side. Big student section. Showing their appreciation for their team.
The student managers and filmers just came from behind us. They're going to get down on the field for the celebration as well.
Maybe. Not sure if they'll let them down there.
Well, yeah, we'll see.
It's a long drop to rush the field from the stands, too.
It is. You got to walk all the way over to the ramp, the long ramp that leads down. 56 seconds to go. Oakley's just going to kneel it down. We'll get out of here, and the Hornets are going to win back-to-back 1A D1 state championships.
Did Lance win this one then?
He did. He did.
All right.
Lance already up 1-0 in our pigskin pick'em. Loser buys dinner. Just like Raft River, I was in a hole early. Will I be able to dig myself out?
Well, you came in tied, right, in the championships?
Yes.
Well, there they go.
One more kneel down should do it with 35 seconds to play. There it is. They'll run over to the far sideline. Dace Jones jumps in the air and chest bumps Isaac Cranny. And the Oakley Hornets, back-to-back champions in the 1A D1 ranks.
What a great season these Hornets had coming back. Big target on their back, of course, making it to the championship against a conference rival, a team that many thought would be hoisting the blue trophy at the end of this season. And instead, Oakley shows what they're made of and beats Raft River 42-14.
And for the first time since they split up the 1A ranks between D1 and D2, we have a repeat champion. It's never been done before in the 1A D1 ranks. And Oakley High School, the first to accomplish the feat as they defeat Raft River in the championship for the second year in a row, 42-14 the final score. This was a dominant performance from start to finish.
They're now presenting the second place trophy. They only give one second place trophy, which is nice. Not two like they do in the semifinals.
Right, and that's green trophy for third, red trophy for second.
Nailed it.
And the blue plaque trophy for first place.
The Plofy.
That's me and Lance came up with that as well.
I like
the Plofy. So Raft River will finish, it's their first loss of the season, right? The Trojans came in with a perfect record. Their first and only loss of the season comes in the championship game as they will finish 9-1. Oakley will finish the season 11-1. Came in averaging 12 or allowing 12 points per game. They give up 14 tonight, and that's basically what won it for the Hornets. So we will take a break. Come back with the IdahoSports.com postgame show as the Oakley Hornets, back-to-back 1A D1 champs over Raft River, 42-14 the final. We'll be back in just a moment. You're listening to the 2021 Idaho High School Football Championships and the 1A D1 State Championship game on IdahoSports.com.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up, so yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Athletes know how important it is to stay hydrated. But did you know there are other ways to hydrate besides just drinking water? In fact, milk is a great hydration option because it actually contains water as well as electrolytes that are lost when your body sweats. So consider taking milk along with you to your next game or competition and enjoy the taste of greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
You train, you sweat, you practice, you go for the gold, you give 110%, but most of all, you aim for greatness. And Milk is the performance enhancer that can help get you to your goal. Trusted by athletes and backed by science, there's a healthy helping of greatness in every refreshing glass of milk. So let nature's original sports drink help quench your thirst for greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Welcome into the IdahoSports.com postgame show. One more time, live from Holt Arena on the campus of Idaho State University in Pocatello. Brandon Baney with Paul Kingsbury as the Oakley Hornets become the first team since they split up the 1A classification into Division I and Division II. They're the first 1A D1 team to repeat as state champs. Back-to-back as they win over Raft River, 42-14. The final for Oakley. It is now the 5th state title in school history, along with the 85, 07, 09, and 20 championship winning teams. This was just a dominant performance from start to finish, just like last year. They lost to Raft River in the regular season finale, got revenge in the championship game.
Yeah, it's all about when you peak, right? And if you peak late in the season, and they really didn't peak. They just played strong all year long, kept getting better, stayed healthy, got back into where they needed to be, got in position to where they could play, their conference rival and go back and beat them again for a championship. It was just a great setting for a great football game, and Oakley came out and just dominated almost from start to finish. They came out fast, like you said they should, and they kept the gas on pretty much the entire way till the end of the fourth quarter when they ended up punting away. So, you can't say enough about this Oakley team, and there's guys coming back is the thing. I mean, there's a lot of young guys. They're losing Beck, of course. Torabao is going to come back. A lot of those guys in good spots. So Oakley's going to be okay.
And sophomore Bryce Sevier, we hope he's okay. He did leave with an injury in the first half of action, did not return. Oakley piles up 417 yards of total offense, 156 on the ground, 261 through the air. They hold Raft River to 368 yards, 278 of which came on the ground, only 90 yards through the air. That was the difference. Oakley was a little more balanced, Raft River a little more one-dimensional.
Yeah, well, they were a lot more balanced and just made the big plays when they needed to make them, both on offense and defense.
So our IdahoSports.com player of the game, no surprise, it is Oakley quarterback Peyton Beck. He finishes 20 of 23 passing for 261 yards and 4 touchdowns. He also carried the ball 15 times for 130 yards and a touchdown. So all told, 315 yards of total offense and 5 touchdowns for Peyton Beck from Oakley. Yeah, and an interception on defense.
And the interception. It's absolutely a no-brainer. Fantastic way to finish off his high school career. And, congratulations to him and all of his teammates, Coach Brennan, everybody on staff there, and the town. The town celebrates this victory as well.
Certainly. The town of Oakley riding high after back-to-back titles. Oakley finishes the year 11-1. Raft River finishes their year 9-1. Their first and only loss coming in this championship matchup. That will do it for this coverage of the 2021 1A D1 state championship game on IdahoSports.com. Tournament coverage has been brought to you by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valley-wide Co-op and Country Stores, and Project Filter. Stop smoking, start living. We also want to thank all of our local advertisers tonight.
AMI Supply, Raft River Electric, Hanson's Hub, UD Angus Plus, Mount Harrison Audiology and Hearing Aids, Hardy Farms, Oakley Valley Stone, Cranny Farms, Rain in Style, Pickett Ranch and Sheep Company, Clark's for Shopping, Brennan Jones Construction, and Wybanga Dairy.
Congrats again to Peyton Beck, our IdahoSports.com player of the game. 5 touchdowns total, 315 yards of offense total, and an interception as Oakley romps to back-to-back 1A D1 titles, 42-14 the final over Raft River. Stay tuned. We've got the 2A state championship up next from Holt Arena. The Firth Cougars and the West Side Pirates headed your way in about 15 minutes or so. Until then, for Ball Kingsbury, I'm Brandon Baney. Thanks for tuning in to championship coverage on IdahoSports.com. Good night, everybody.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com Game Streams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the